Does that mean we're on air?
That means we should be on air.
So there's people there?
Hopefully very soon.
Okay.
I'm seeing black screen, pop out chat. Let's see if oh yeah, there we go. Yes, it appears that we are on air. We may actually be doing stuff. Oh wait, I'm not fully prepared. Because I was shooting earlier, right? I was kind of...
Yeah.
I had to get a couple things done because I'm a little behind getting my normal weekly video done, which unfortunately I'm starting to say every week, but I'm a little behind in getting it. So anyway, I still have my costume on.
You do?
I do.
Still have your costume?
Still have my video costume on. So let's just get rid of that.
Oh, pew pew. I like it.
Thank you. Taking your clothes off on camera. Hey! Hello! Good morning. Welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. Hello, I'm here today. My name is Odin, and I'm here with the lovely...
Felicia. Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to see you again, all. And we've been working on the Witcher cosplay. So the Monday live streams so far have been always about building our Witcher costume. And we're going to continue with that today. Toby and Bruno are both here today. They're not in a spot where we can show you at the moment because they're wandering around the shop. But they've got a new pair of jammies, and they will be appearing whenever they get around to appearing, and I'm sure that you'll hear them. They'll make their presence known.
Yes.
Yes. But,
oh, look at Toby's like, hey, it's my cue. He's on camera 3.
He's on camera 3. Toby got his cue. Yay!
There's the Toby.
There's Toby, and there's
the
Bruno. Biting each other as they always do.
Yeah, they know how to play for the camera.
They know how to play for the camera. Sweet. We're having a few people chime in already. Artman 2019 was almost... Oh, it was the first with hello. Sweet. Hello.
I'll grab the bucket.
Yes, please, grab the bucket.
Project.
We'll get going on projects. So many hellos and good afternoons. Dan Does Junk, Gibson Lopez. And who else do I see here really quick? Brawl Stars Profi 2020 is a name I hadn't said out loud before. Funtime Spring Bonnie. Hey, Odin. Hey, Funtime Spring Bonnie. Advexen's back with no power in Virginia.
Well, there has been like a coast-to-coast storm going on.
There is. Yeah, they're surprised. Why did we get so small? Oh, wait, I'm looking on my phone. Just hold it closer. Am I the only one that on occasion has sat in a movie theater where the people around me were obnoxious, and I just kind of thought to myself, well, if I hold my phone here, it kind of is the same size as like being at the theater. Anyway. Yeah, not great. Well, sorry, Advexen. Hopefully your power will come back soon. I've on the Discord, I've seen a lot of people sharing pictures of not normal snow for this time of year. Like
Lots of excess snow.
Lots of excess snow. And I think the big one was, correct me if I'm wrong, the Thames froze over, right? First time since like 1964.
It's getting cold.
It's getting cold.
Strange weather.
Strange weather.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, they showed I remember looking up, seeing the weather pattern where it's just bringing all the air down through Norway and into Britain. It's like, yeah, no wonder it's cold.
Yeah, and there's been storms, but other than rain, and it's been gray and drizzly.
Here's been rainy and gray and drizzly, but it's not as cold as it was in January here.
No, thank goodness.
Right.
I don't do cold.
No, we're not used to cold. I understand those of you who actually have this phenomenon of solid water on the ground, that's actually cold. We don't usually get that, but still, it can feel pretty cold when you're just not used to it.
I was born in August here. I like it when it's like 100 degrees.
There you go.
Not used to the cold, that's for sure.
Yes.
So, you have one last day of hammering.
I have one last day of hammering. I was going to try and get some done before the cameras rolled, but that's not going to happen. No.
Anytime you get anything ahead, that's when we lose it.
Yes.
No, we just can't do it on. It's the curse of the stream.
Right.
But since this one's done, I can get the lining piece cut out and sewn around, and then I only want to add a bias edge on the bottom edge. Right. I can do it on both, but it's
you only need it at the bottom where it's going to be
BC.
The person. Yeah.
And plus, you don't want extra bulk or anything extra poking you if you don't have to. So.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's going to be my plan. The fabric's over there. I will go grab that.
Okay. I used the thread that was on the machine, so there's a slightly different color. I don't think it matters. It's still an earth tone.
It's gray.
Now, I wish I had gray. No.
Oh, I thought it was.
I never bought gray. No, it was a light brown, the one I'd used for Brittany's Jedi suit. And now there's a green on there that I'd also bought for her Jedi suit, I think.
Okay,
But
this one.
But it's a very earth tony type green.
There's
so.
only going to be one top stitching line.
Right.
And if it's really that ugly or that bad of a deal, we could do all of the other stitching and leave that for next time.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not the end of the world.
Fair enough.
So I will go grab that.
All right.
Squishy things down here.
Sure. You can move those triangles if they're in the way. I just kind of.
They're not. They're so nicely stacked.
So I got leftover pieces from making my Mechagodzilla arms. So this Wednesday's video is going to be arms for Mechagodzilla. And because there's these joints, I'm actually sewing some vinyl like accordion pieces that move. And I'm really happy with what I have in the shoulders. The elbows, I think I've got okay for the video, but I'm already planning on upgrading them because I don't think they're working well enough. But, you know, that's for the video later. So the triangles I'm talking about are leftover bits of vinyl from that. I'm doing pretty good, Gibson Lopez. How are you?
Where are we?
Dan does junk. A train may be headed your way. One passed my office about 15 minutes ago, heading north. Yeah, there's one going by now, and I'm sure another one will show up.
I can't hear the train.
I heard the horns.
Oh, okay. My friend, she used to have a train in her backyard, and
Okay. Yeah, you tune it out.
you completely tune it out.
Yeah.
I remember having friends who were like, "No, I can't spend the night there because the train." I'm like, "What are you guys talking about?"
What train? Right.
Train. Apparently, I can sleep through it. So
Yeah, well, yeah.
and zone it out completely.
Oh, I can totally zone it out. I just, having been a sound guy for video so often, you listen for that. You have to listen for trains, trucks, leaf blowers, dog barking, airplanes. I said planes once, but airplanes too, and helicopters.
Construction sites. Hammering.
Because all that stuff can basically ruin the audio. It doesn't if you're doing like a live stream like this, or you're doing a live on the spot thing. But if you're recording an interview and you want to edit it later, all of a sudden one sentence is going to have a leaf blower in the background and nothing else will. It'll be totally obvious. And that's the problem. Or like when you have a smoke alarm that needs a new battery.
Or there's the refrigerator.
The refrigerator that would hum. Yeah, we had to unplug the refrigerator at Smosh all the time.
Yes. All right, I'm just going to cut off a smaller chunk to work with.
We're getting some requests in here. Vincent Marks, I started Boba's EE3 at one point, but stopped for something else. I'm not sure why right now. Where's Thor? He's off on some misadventure, I'm sure. Even if we're talking about Thorcules or Mick Thor, all of them are off on some misadventure, I'm sure. Burger Boy enjoys how you have to stand on an apple box.
Yes, I'm short. Where are your silver scissors?
They're just...
Those?
Are they not?
No?
Did they get buried?
Okay, you found a pair? Alright. I thought I was just loose.
No, you shouldn't be.
Okay.
Here's my best side to the camera.
They can't see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't there be like two more
There
pairs?
should be like 2 more pairs down here, yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
That must have got pushed back, or maybe someone else found them and needed them more than I did. That wouldn't be the first time.
It's okay.
You know, it's not like I clean up my shop or anything.
It's okay.
Okay.
We got a pair.
Something from the Philippines. Azon Dantes. Hello, Odin. I'm watching for the Philippines. Can you make a classic Stormtrooper or Darth Vader helmet? Okay. Maybe at some point, yes.
I've never seen that before.
Oh, all right. Dogs being dogs.
All right.
Matthew, yes, I did see the comment about the stones from the Fifth Element. I added it to my list.
The list.
The list. But it is actually real, and it did actually get added. I don't have any plans for a TNT prop in the future, Matt, but I would never say no. Somebody just posted their shell backpack they made that looked really, really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like backpacks.
It was a really good combination between the Jim Henson backpacks and an actual anatomical backpack from a real turtle. It looked really good. World of Songs by Arca says, Felicia is so beautiful.
Aw, thank you.
Funtime Spring Bonnie, Odin and Felicia, where are the imposters won, imposters remain? Where are the imposters won, imposters remain?
Are they talking about the physical?
I may have missed something else.
Oh, okay.
Shh, message retracted. Yeah, I could be saying it wrong. Unfortunately, this is... I'm not picking up on that. Wow, hi. I actually got sleep, too. Hello, Sweden. T-Zolzon. Or Tay-Zolzon. Ultimate Spider-Man. Yo, what's up? What did I miss? Us talking about, hello, we're here, we're back. We've been on for like 9 minutes. You missed nothing.
I'm going to add some lining to this.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm going to hammer. I need to mark out 2 more sets of holes, and I get to punch holes with a hammer again.
Okay, so...
Great t-shirt. Thank you, Lord Khan. Yep, saw this one. Yeah, I want that one.
Just a couple notes of what I'm doing so you guys know what's going on. I have a piece of black t-shirt knit. It's a jersey knit, so it means that it's not the same on both sides. There's a way that it curls, and that's the front. You can tell because if you take it and you pull it, it's going to curl in one direction.
Okay.
Black on black is so hard to see, but it curls forward, and you know that's to the front. And since that's my front, right sides get put together. I'm going to trace the outline of this. I don't have to be 100% exact because it is a stretch knit, and I have some wiggle room in here.
I did do 3/4, okay.
Yeah, it was less than you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, sorry to interrupt you. You're talking about stretch knit, and black on black is hard to see.
Yeah.
And you were showing how to figure out which way it goes because you stretch it, then it curls.
Yes, and there's definitely up and a down because the ribs of the knit go in one direction. And you can see it on one side, but you can't see it on the other side, and it is going to be impossible to show it on camera.
The camera will never see it, no.
Never pick this up.
No, it's total black. Just like if it was solid white, you'd never see it.
Right? So, I'm more or less going to give myself a little bit of seam allowance, cut it out.
Sweet.
Stitch it all the way around, except for the bottom edge. I'm going to leave it like a chunk open, probably right here, because I'm going to add the bias edging. But yeah, that's the plan.
Seam allowance.
Seam allowance.
So I was making my shoulder shape, right?
Uh-huh.
And I made a pattern for the shoulder shape for this is Mechagodzilla that I was really happy with. And I went, okay, this is what I want. And then I set it down and I redrew another one and added the seam allowance. And then time went on and it was time to start doing stuff. So I grabbed my pattern.
Did you grab the one without the seam allowance?
And I cut out about 2/3 of fabric worth without a seam allowance.
That will never
2/3
work.
a yard. Yeah.
That will never.
That'll never work. So total waste of materials. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything I can do with those other than show them off on the internet and complain about it.
Maybe make some Statue of Liberties.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
And I noticed it actually has a stretch in one direction. It'll actually stretch a little bit one way, but not the other way. So I made it so it was stretching in this direction.
Smart. Use what you got.
Right.
Yes.
I didn't expect it to stretch at all, so I counted that as a bonus.
Oh, okay. Well, it is on top of a knit.
It is on top of a net.
Yeah.
And I've seen the brand before, the Cheetah or whatever. I remember seeing that as like a good upholstery. People, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I was under the impression that was a good diner upholstery, like commercial upholstery fabric, was this Cheetah or marine fabric. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I really had to scuff the heck out of it to make the vinyl glue stick.
Really?
Yeah, because I couldn't sew the elbow piece. Not on the inside. I could do the...
Well, this isn't vinyl.
This isn't vinyl?
No, not really. Is it?
I thought it was vinyl.
There is some plasticizing going on, but it is not like the traditional, like where
No,
it's a
it's not
vinyl
traditional.
coating.
Because the HH66 stuck really good to the edges, but not to whatever's
This
coated
top,
over it.
yeah.
Whatever the top layer is.
Yeah, that top coating is not like regular vinyl coating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Right. So I need to make new elbows, but that's not going to be right now.
I'm gonna go put these away for you.
Thanks.
For the triangles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had only set them aside so I could do that, and well, I probably shouldn't save them because I don't know what I'm ever going to do with them.
Yeah, it's not like you need a quilt out of them.
No. Doing that right? So I did 2 4. That's right. On the 3rd line, and then dip.
Does that look right? This is the one it's supposed to match.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3rd line, and then I'm drawing on the outside. So, right. 2nd line.
Check twice. Measure twice.
Measure twice or thrice.
And cut once. I'm just going to... Anyways.
Advexit is saying, make old times nurse hats or the round things from Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, I know how to make those nurse hats.
Oh, from the right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have plenty of leftover, but those particular strips.
Yeah.
Let it go. You know. And Elsa swords, let it go.
Let it go.
There's enough things to hold on to.
Yeah.
So many craft supplies and so many perfect things for future craft supplies. But there are times where you're just like, I don't need this.
I don't need this.
Holding me down. At least I need to tell myself that sometimes.
Pretty much.
Right?
Oftentimes, especially with like lumber scraps and some bigger scraps, I will ask myself, is it better to hold on to this so I don't have to run to the last minute to the store to go buy some more? Because that's a thing, right?
No, it's completely a thing.
Yeah.
What do I have on hand that I don't have to purchase makes a big difference in a lot of my crafting.
Yeah.
Because that's where I start. What do I got?
What do I got? Exactly. And if it costs more, even if it's in time, to just go and get more, I'll save it.
Right? And then sometimes it's like, oh, this thing's amazing.
Right. But then, you end up with a shop full of scraps and you can't find anything. And it becomes this...
And then you never have it when you need it, and so you bought a new one anyways, and now
Oh,
you have 4.
That's why I've got 3 pairs of the silver scissors. Well, 2 pair anyway.
Yeah. I'm so picky on my scissors. I know what they sound like at work. Oh, these aren't my pair just by doing this.
I believe you. I totally believe you on that.
Because these aren't my first pick of the ones you have either, based on that.
Okay.
Guys, hear that?
I wish I knew where that was.
Yeah, right?
So I've been always trying to keep those together.
Yeah.
And of course, I cut all the vinyl out with a razor knife because...
It's easy enough to do.
Yeah, that fabric, it's easy enough to do.
Yeah. If you don't have to lift the fabric, you're going to get a better cut. That's why a lot of people do the rotary cutters and they cut on the big layers of them and they just cut out.
Okay.
It's the better way to cut out fabric, but when you're just sitting with one single layer, a pair of scissors is...
Yeah, you're just sitting and just doing it. Just sit and do it.
Right? I want some clamps.
There's a little bin that I bought on top of the drill press.
I see them. Yay,
Yes.
that's awesome.
I needed those for sewing the elbows and stuff. The shoulders and elbows.
These? Not a bad idea. I like the green ones.
I'm super confused on where my scissors went now.
That's bothering you. You're not going to let it go, are you?
It really is.
Why wouldn't they be where they belong?
Yeah. Oh, here they are.
Oh, you found
They're
it?
just buried. Yeah, they're
Okay.
very, very buried. There's the other 2.
Hold on. This is the pair I like. Yep.
Okay.
This is not.
Okay. I need to send those off to Ginger and get them sharpened.
Yes.
Since I can't have them done at Hancock Fabrics anymore.
Really? Oh, yeah, because Hancock's no longer exists.
And the scissor guy wasn't coming around.
Yeah, these ones are from Brazil.
Right.
These ones are from Mexico.
Yep.
And I think these ones are from Mexico, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Just where they're made. And there's a difference, which you might be able to see on camera, where the fulcrum is.
Yeah, well, these are dressmaker shears, so they're meant to have that angle so you can keep it as flat to the fabric as possible. And these ones are supposed to be more powerful to more, chop through.
I bought these as, I was
Leather,
told they were
right?
leather scissors. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually got these from the Hide House in Napa, and was a fun leather shop.
More
I
of
think
a
they're
power
still there.
horse.
Yeah, and they are. So you got the one you like?
Yes, these are the ones.
Okay.
Hear that? Makes a difference. Yeah. I think mine are from Italy, but I bought those years ago from...
Right. Yeah, I got my first pair when I was taking a sewing class at American River College. Yeah.
Oh, I was at City College when I got mine. But
And I don't know which one that one was. And then I couldn't find them, so I bought another pair. And then I already just told you about the...
Yeah.
What was the Hide House? Detlef P almost missed the stream. Oh no, he didn't. We still
No,
got
not
a
at
solid
all.
2 hours to go.
We just started.
We're only going to stream till 2, but then we'll take a good 15 to 20 minutes to say goodnight.
As always.
As always.
Right?
Great. Connor Cooks loves the shirt. Thanks. Hello, Connor Cook. Canned tuna at Odin Makes. Can you tease us with this Wednesday's project? What, again? No, sorry. Yeah, I'm doing the arms for Mechagodzilla.
And he showed you the mistakes.
And earlier I showed some mistakes. And very specifically, I'm doing just the arms. So I'm going from the shoulder to the cuff, and it's a little longer than normal because I plan on making a false hand, kind of like the right-handed Doom. I don't expect to articulate it; it's just going to be static. But I want to hold on to it, so I made the cuff a little bit longer, so I can add the hand, and it doesn't, it'll work. That way, also, I can let go of the hand, and I can open a door at a con, and then I can grab the hand again, right? So I'll probably have the hand attached like mittens.
You want to actually function like
Right. Well, I don't expect to do things like use the men's room, but if I can open a door or show off my wrist strap, that would probably be really wise.
right?
So
Being
yeah, there's a
able
small
to
bit of
move
function.
and breathe and
Move and breathe.
walk
Right.
in costumes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of important.
yeah. It has its own challenges.
It does.
You know, and also like actually fitting things.
Right.
Arms being able to fit down inside of joints and sockets, you know?
I've got concerns. I do have a pretty good amount of bulk, but I still think I'll be okay.
Well, you have it kind of built out. It's close to here, and it's built out here, and it's built out here.
Right. But there's
But you
10
also
millimeters of
have
foam, and then I got
got
all the
the-
layers of vinyl, and then I've got the layers of the underarm, so I'm starting to pack a
That's
lot of
about
material.
a 3.5 inches just doing this.
Kind of. I don't think it's quite a full Star Wars action figure, but yeah, it's quite a bit of bulk.
Well, once you
in my
add it
armpits.
up all the way around,
Okay, all the way around. Sure.
it adds up quickly.
Yeah.
You know, like a quarter of an inch all the way around is like all the way.
Okay, right.
You know,
I was thinking different, just how much is going here. It's like,
I'm thinking about ease and the amount you go
Right.
up versus.
so how much crap am I putting in my armpit?
Yeah, no,
Yes,
that's about.
probably about that much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about 2.
That's 2 inches into my, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. So you might,
You're
whatever.
a little bit like here, as long as you're not having to hold it here.
Right.
That's gonna get tiring.
Right.
But being able to,
If it just mashes, whatever.
yeah, you walk around like this.
Yep. So sorry, no train cam today. I hear another one going by, but
Train.
didn't get it set up.
Oh,
You
dang.
hear that a lot. I brought the computer down so to try and do the security camera again, but it didn't happen. But the dogs are being good.
They are. They are. Fumpy.
My face are the big ones, Toby, who doesn't have a head right now, and then that's Bruno, who's looking off to the right there. Janice user train. And you should make the things that they use to manipulate the portals in Thor: The Dark World.
What are those things?
I'm not sure.
But
I'm pretty sure it's not.
the key to.
So I've made Hofun, which is how.
They unlock the Rainbow Bridge,
Yeah,
right?
that's how they unlocked the Rainbow Bridge. And they never called it the Rainbow Bridge in the movie, which I thought was funny. And people made fun of me in the video when I called it that. But nah, more. It's
but
the
isn't
Rainbow
it
Bridge.
Rainbow Bridge.
And it's totally a rainbow when you look at it. Yeah.
Right? Oh, I didn't know that they did not call it the Rainbow
No, I
Bridge.
don't think they ever did. They always call it. They called it something else.
You're
Open the
right.
gate.
I
They
haven't
always
gotten to
called-
Thor yet.
Called the Bifrost. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm rewatching it.
You're-
I
good
haven't
for you.
gotten there yet.
Yeah. Which is, but it makes sense. You think about the lore and the mythology and the people creating it. When you look out and you see a rainbow, well, that's somebody going to Valhalla, right? That's got to be a reason for why it's there. So that's, proud warrior. But I made this, but is this not what you mean by portals?
No.
Probably
Apparently not.
Probably not. Well, I don't expect.
Didn't you make a
everyone
portal
to-
gun at some point too?
Yeah, I made a portal. I made a couple of portal guns. Rick and Morty's, which is right there. And I've also made the Aperture Science handheld portal device. I've done that one as well. It's a little higher up and caked in dust. So I've made a couple portal guns.
But you can revisit the portal theme.
Sure.
Never hurts, right?
Doctor Strange's things, and
I love his cape so much.
I believe the person designing the cape is from Sacramento.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's not now, but I think she's.
I know, right? Huh?
Right.
But I love it as a character in and of itself.
Totally. The cape is very cool as a character.
One of my favorite superheroes.
Okay, the cape itself? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Cantoon is suggesting that maybe I can connect the magnets, connect the hands from Mechagodzilla with magnets, so I can just swing it back in and connect them really fast. It's like, I'm just going to put a little rod and just hold on to them. I think, because then I can just rotate them and, keep it simple, stupid, right?
Will you keep a joint on it so that they don't fall, or string them?
I think it was just string it, like a bit of elastic or something.
Yeah, just let it hang.
Yeah,
and then
even if the string attaches somewhere up, so if I reach out, it can retract the string so I can get a hold of them.
I don't think even you have to be that complicated, but
I may not, but I don't know if I can do this.
That's the hope.
But I can always ask the security guard, can you help me put this back on? Can you give me a hand? The portal turret would be very cool to build, Oculus 2003. Thank you, Ghostface. Loves the Freddy Krueger glove video. Do I have any plans to do anything specifically steampunk? I actually don't. I'm not against it, but I
love steampunk so much. I used to do so many steampunk weddings at the costume shop.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, it was really great because you get the Victorian base, you get a really
Right.
good outfit, you get the top hats, you get the corsets, you get the blouses, you get the you
Right.
get to play, and then you rip open a clock and you start accessorizing.
Exactly.
You just get all like the nice. Anyways, I really
Yeah.
do. And you have
I have some molds that Evil Ted makes that for doing gears and things.
Yeah.
And then Lost Wax Oz is a channel that does a lot of steampunk stuff.
Oh, and Palmer Clay works really well with those things.
Yes, it does.
And you can already buy it in the right colors.
Right. There's a few
Anyways,
more bits.
I always
here.
forget that stuff exists, but
Palmer Clay?
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
remind myself because sometimes I think, I'll just pour this or do. Anyways, there's
Right.
so many ways.
I typically pour and do it because of how often I burn the polymer clay, and I don't have the colors I want anyway.
Well, you have to
Pay attention.
think about it.
Think about it.
It's what's on hand. That's where I start first. And
Exactly.
what do I have? Yeah.
And also, I'm sure a lot of us do this. You get stuck with, this is what I know, so I'm going to keep doing with the path that I know.
Over and over. Yep.
Over and over again. Because I've had a number of people, especially some professionals that I know, that ask, why don't you do a lot of molding and casting? I don't do a lot of molding and casting, so I don't think about it.
Right.
And I'm so used to it. You can do molding and casting now quickly. 20 years ago when I was playing with it, I would set up a mold and, well, I can demold it tomorrow. It's 30 minutes now.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a difference.
And it's still getting materials, and that adds to costs. And I
Exactly.
feel like that sometimes just makes it more than I want to spend on a project. And
Right.
so I will not. But yes.
Right, yeah, the acquisition of the materials and the right. But, if I need to do more than one thing, that's totally...
Yep.
Yeah.
If you get it in bulk and you have it on hand and you're doing it on a normal basis, it's easier to do.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I get a lot more requests going on here today.
Because you're
Wolverine
reading them.
Scratch, Slay, Felicia, yes I can. I'm not quite sure.
I believe in you.
I believe in you, Wolverine. Somebody was asking about doing a Biker Scout helmet. There we are. It's Juicy Nugs 69. Great name. Can you make the Biker Scout helmet or Scout Biker helmet? I'd love to. I haven't yet. I've done Tech, who's very close, and I'm not against it. I've always liked the Biker Scout helmet. I'd love to make a Wheatley puppet. This is Portal 2 Wheatley.
Oh,
This
nice.
is something that Bouncy Rhythm 775
I
is
like
asking
that guy.
for. Yeah.
He has some personality, that's for sure.
He has a personality core. Space. John Doe says, I'm talking about the thing that Jane Foster used in the Dark World. The thing that Thor used to kill the villain. The thing that they shoved into the ground. I'm going to have to watch it again.
Gonna have to Google it.
Gonna have to Google it. Thor: The Dark World's probably the bottom of the list for my Marvel movies. Trying to think if I would. I don't know if I would really.
I'm still just going in order.
Yes, totally.
I got through both Iron Mans this weekend. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go back and rewatch them, and I rewatched portions of the Dark World because I was looking at doing an Aether box build at one point with the 3D printer. That was before I realized the 3D printer was giving me a lot of grief, and so that project hasn't happened. There was a piece sitting over here. Over
Like
here now.
somebody came into the building.
Yeah, somebody came in the building and
Toby and Bruno are letting us know so nicely
Yeah,
Thank
that the
you.
alarm beeped. The door beeped.
They know what it means.
They know what it means. Steven Rodriguez is giving us an emoji of sewing.
Yeah.
Oh, the bug extractor from the first Matrix movie. Wow. All right, that's kind of a. So the tech for the Matrix movie is a variation on steampunk, if you think about it, because it's all the extra stuff going on. It's not steampunk, but it's a good variation on it because it's all black and it's a lot of excess tubes and stuff stuck to it. And so the bug extractor that was inside the world when they put it up against Neo's stomach to pull the bug out was just this giant thing with a bell jar in the end and a big plunger and yeah.
I love building props like that.
Right. Yeah.
That's my favorite jobs to get. I need a
bug extractor is a cool idea, and I know there's a movie coming up. So
Could you get a bug that as part of the extractor?
Oh, interesting.
You know?
Do some sort of a bug reveal. Kind of like a faith healer fake out thing.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, I could see like doing the illusion film or something else to where it you can't really see it, and then you retract the film, and oh, there's the bug, because maybe.
Anyways, interactive props are my favorite.
There you are.
If they blink, or if they like make a noise, or
yeah,
they flash in some way.
Right, like that's always cool. It adds
like
time.
Shoot out, or
They inflate.
Oh yeah.
Getting a lot of Cantun is asking me what's my favorite Jedi and Sith. Independence there. Sith, probably Darth Maul. I know Vader's awesome and the Emperor is awesome, but the Darth Maul had a great look and got totally shorted. And then along comes the Clone Wars, and he became like a complete character. And he's had a pretty neat arc overall, because he was a Sith, ready to be the bad guy, ready to do all the wronged, got completely wronged, and then just said screw this system and did his own thing. So probably Maul. Favorite Jedi? There's a number of Jedi that actually are complete characters that actually get fully fleshed out. So it isn't just like, oh, Plo Koon.
I like Yoda.
Yoda's very cool.
Yoda's my favorite.
There you go.
You can't top Yoda.
No.
For me.
There you go. You got your answer.
But yours.
Oh, fine.
They didn't.
Cantuna wasn't talking to you?
No, probably not. Most likely.
Double
unless
checking.
they said Odin.
Don't know. Who would I pick as my favorite Jedi? Because, Yoda's great. Mace Windu I enjoyed, although he didn't do anything. But that was just kind of the way those movies were. I'm really looking forward to the Obi-Wan Kenobi story. So, having... Yeah, it's Kenobi or Yoda. Yeah. The Kaiju Weekly Podcast. Hey, guys, how's it going? Hey, Odin, Travis from the Kaiju Ramen Magazine. Oh, sweet. Looking forward to having you featured in an upcoming magazine. My shirt is on the way. So, I talked about it on the podcast before, and I'm happy to be on the Kaiju Weekly Podcast. There's a magazine called Kaiju Ramen, and they're only got the first issue out right now, and they're an e-magazine only. They don't actually make physical versions. So you can't... Are there newsstands still? So you can't go to the newsstand near you and pick up a copy.
You can order it though.
You can order it though, yeah. You can get a PDF. It's like $6. It's a great little magazine. Anyway, I'm going to be on April's magazine about my Mechagodzilla build, so I'm excited about that. I'll be in issue 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So sweet, and I'm glad to hear my T-shirt's on the way. I'm going to wear it in a live cast, and then I will wear it in a Mechagodzilla video when it's close to the magazine being released to actually talk about. Oh, hey, by the way, here's this happening too. So that's coming up, and it's a fun name. And I like his logo. It's like a neat kind of a bow tie shape. 50s style where you squeeze the box in the middle and you get the dynamic.
I think the history guy has something similar.
Okay. So you got a logo like that, Kaiju Ramen. It's fun.
Kaiju Ramen.
But yeah, Travis, anytime you want me to be on your podcast, I'm down for that too. Stupid monkey! Oh, they're actually talking to each other. Still, Stupid Monkey's a patron, and I enjoy. Hey, Stupid Monkey! I enjoy the.
I ripped it.
I heard that.
I know we can fix it, but jeez, damn it! It's right. I don't even know where. It's almost inside out too.
Almost inside out, yeah. So you're gonna have to iron and do it as an applique, or instead of trying to turn it inside out, or you can only do two sides and inside out.
I'll just leave a bigger hole.
Oh, bigger hole be good. You didn't do like a one hole edge.
I could have. I should have. Apparently.
Apparently, well, it's wet the foam.
I just wanted the corners a little bit further, and instead of 4 inches, I probably should have only given it 1.5 inches.
Oh, okay.
This is how you learn.
This is how you learn. So this is a tough one.
What's the tough
This
one?
this is a variable depending on what my interests are. Answer. Funtime Spring Bonnie, Odin and Felicia. What is your favorite video game so far?
Animal Crossing. Don't judge me.
There you go, Animal Crossing. I would probably say Portal. I really enjoy the writing and the goofy and.
I lied. Not Animal Crossing, but yes.
Well, you can change it. Like I said, it's a moving thing. Right now, I'm spending a lot of time playing Breath of the Wild. I'm enjoying that game a lot. But come on, Cave Johnson with Portal, Wheatley with Portal. You can, I've also spent a lot of time playing Civilization 5. So that's another game that I really enjoy. To the point that I don't even play the game properly anymore. I've got mods, the really advanced setup. So when the game starts and you're in prehistory times and you're dealing, or I guess it's medieval, it's not quite caveman. You're dealing with barbarians and you're building up your simple buildings. Yeah, I've got attack helicopters and battleships because I just want to build. I don't want to deal with the conflicts. Sito Kyo, I have a question. You have Glue Pod. How long have you been using that, and has it had any problematic with brushes? Okay, so that may be a typo. It should be Glue Pot. Yeah, I have the Atco Glue Pot. How long have I had it? About 3 years. Have I had any problem with the brushes? Yes, it sheds. But I still have the original brush, and I haven't had to order. I don't feel like I've had to order a new brush yet. I know I can, and at some point in time I will. The other thing I've noticed is after 3 years, I was just scraped some sediment off the bottom of the glue pot. So I was just trying to mix it up and I could feel something, and I brought up some just really dried out, which is kind of funny, it's submerged. But it was just really caked glue in the bottom. But none of that, I don't think, really inhibits the function of the glue pot. And I totally prefer it to the potpourri of just an open can of the material, because it cuts down on the fumes, because it's not constantly just fuming. It actually stops. What you doing?
I lined it.
You didn't line it.
And I didn't rip anything.
What was the noise?
I don't know, but I don't
Something
want to
had
find
to
out.
have ripped, but you can't see where it rips, so who cares?
Something popped.
Was it this?
Probably right here.
Okay.
That's all.
Big deal. Sweet. I haven't had anything yet. I'm being a host.
Feel it. It's cool to the touch, isn't it?
It is.
So, it's not going to be hot and sweaty and gross at the
Yeah,
end
it
of
is.
the day. Well, it is, but it's not going to be the cause of it.
Sure.
It's going to help.
I just know that for myself, this doesn't breathe. Therefore, I'll be hot and sweaty and soaked underneath.
That's why
behind it.
there's a cotton layer.
Sure.
And plus, you should wear a t-shirt too with this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wear a t-shirt with Zilla.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that there's 4 of us in the car. My corner of the car is fogged up and it has condensation of the windows. So for me, I know that it's gonna be a sweaty mess behind this. I'll soak this.
Oh, of course, but it's not going to be as bad as it could be.
Yes, because it's not right against your skin.
Straight foam up against the skin.
Is.
Uncomfortable, hot, sweaty, and stinky.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
people who've been to cons just wearing fun foam.
Right.
Craft foam, I mean.
Craft foam. The only thing worse than that is when you take the polyfoam, the couch foam, and just spray paint it and then put that against your skin. It's like a Brillo pad. You're
I was
raw.
gonna say, you're gonna spray paint your. It's gonna.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it makes it stiff, and it's just gonna it rubs the wrong way. All right. Well, you need to do this so you can do the other one. So I'll stop
I need
trying to be
to
a.
turn my corners better. Oh no.
That's cool. Anya, my burra says, "Hey, I can hear Odin's shirt while reading it."
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
really good at getting his little feet out of this one.
Oh, yeah?
There you go.
Hey, it's Bruno's butt.
Hey, you. You tired of being ignored? I think he is. Okay, so, do you have a corner turner?
No, not that I'm aware of.
That's okay.
Not specifically. You just need like a rod?
Well, I have a fancy bone turner that's like carved out of a human bone. Well, not a human bone, but you know, like.
Well, I'm not impressed anymore. This is the Hannibal Lecter line of corner turners. This is made from famous people's femurs. Anyway.
Right? You know the bone turners that they have for paper crafting, so you get a clean, sharp corners and turns.
Oh, right.
Anyways.
Hi there, sir.
Those are great for turning fabric corners.
Oh, I bet they are.
Like amazing, but I can do it with a pencil.
Okay.
I just was wondering if you
I
had
got
a
pencils,
fancy tool.
I've got popsicle sticks. No, I don't
A
have.
fancy.
I don't have a fancy tool.
That's okay. I'm probably just going to use a screwdriver.
Yep, yeah, screwdriver's fine. There's long ones also over in the tool chest behind the camera,
Oh, cool.
if you want.
We'll see. But you can put him down.
Can I put you? Okay.
He's being...
Come here.
No? All right.
My apologies to everyone who has headphones on, but I'm going to have to start hammering a little here.
You know, I kind of like having this little bit of a cotton border.
It looks fine to me. It's black.
Looks clean.
Yeah.
So...
Whatever you want to do. This is
I have to pick up...
almost more your cosplay than mine.
Right?
Yeah.
Bruno, what are you doing?
Actually, I really shouldn't say almost. It's you were the one that kind of, hey, let's do this. So yeah, sure. So.
Grommets.
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 It's all cheese, Grommet.
The grommets. We need the smaller size grommets, the kind that you... like the normal ones.
Like the normal ones. Not eyelets, but...
No eyelets, pretty much.
Got... there's a lot in here.
Yes!
Okay.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
Ooh, I kind of like the brass.
Yeah.
Let me see.
T-pin. Because this hole punch doesn't go all the way through, so I have to dig the stuff back out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I really like the hole punches that pass through, so you just keep going and they start falling out the back end.
Yeah, that actually makes more sense to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you done? Ready to go down? No. I'm done. There you go. Toby, take care of them.
D-Rock Payne laughs, you know the answer, probably not to me. Hey, Stupid Monkey wants to ask, Felicia, if you like Animal Crossing and want specific villagers, I can send you custom amiibo cards for them.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know. I still have the original villagers that I started with. Cause,
Sure.
You know, I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah, no, you don't want to evict your villagers. So both Charlotte and my wife play a lot of Animal Crossing. I don't know if you've tried to friend them or anything. But
I haven't had a chance to sit down and play in
a while.
Since the swimming update. And
Okay.
that's been a while.
It's been a while. All right.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know when that update is, but
it was in the summertime.
Oh, okay. That sounds like it's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been too long. I know that there's going to be some bugs I have to squish in my house.
Oh,
you
probably,
know,
yeah.
with...
Cobwebs.
Yeah.
There's flooding! No.
But what's nice is that it's the same people always there.
Right.
Okay.
Which is the guy? Oh, that was a swimming update, so you don't know. Because there's the guy that's out in the water. You go out and...
Yeah, no, that's the otter guy.
The other guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now. I knew his name because...
Yeah, he gives you like the mermaid seashell.
Yeah.
picture. So I really like the size of these ones. The brass is a little too much.
Okay.
We can do the silver ones.
Are there others in there?
They're slightly bigger.
I don't remember if we got others that don't have...
No,
No?
These ones are all snaps, but it's fine. Like I said, worst case scenario, I get the right ones next week.
Right.
But the silver I don't hate.
Oh no, we have to go to Joann's or Michael's or something and buy some Not that. Or since it's next week, we could even like do the
Order.
first round of ordering and go, oh, these are wrong. Let's do another round of ordering.
Right? The grommets. No, I think the silver ones are great.
Canned tuna. Are there any Breath of the Wild weapons on your great invisible list of yours? Yes, I've got the Master Sword and the shield both on that invisible list.
I have the shield from Splash.
There you go. Yeah, and I've actually got a replica at home that was left when one of the boys moved out and didn't take it with him. So yes, it just hasn't happened. I almost started the shield once, but then a trailer dropped, so I did something else instead. I can't remember what interrupted it, but that's what happened. And that's what happens a lot. There's times when I'm planning on doing something that's been around and has been popular, and then something really cool and new pops up. So I'm going to do that. And anyway, off we go.
Bruno decided to sit in the project bucket.
In the project bucket?
Yeah.
He was in the project bucket?
Yeah.
D-Rock is saying he can't see his yard or the street. Everything's just white.
Whoa, that sounds chilly.
Yeah, it does. Dan Does Junk hasn't touched his Gundam cosplay in a week because he's just been dealing with the yard. I understand. Goji Fighter popped up. When am I going to continue Mechagodzilla? This Wednesday. Sorry, weren't on a little bit earlier. I'm doing the arms this Wednesday. So, and then next Wednesday is going to be the hands. So the next 2 weeks, 2 videos in a row is going to be Mechagodzilla. So I'm going to finish off February all Mechagodzilla.
Nice. And at the end of the month, you will have a giant monster kaiju.
Yeah, at the end of the month, I'll have a kaiju from the waist up. Yep,
Yes.
I'll look just like Mechagodzilla as long as I'm standing in water.
I just imagine Robocop driving.
Exactly. It's Mechagodzilla driving. And there might actually be a third video. It all depends for the first week in March. I've got a sponsorship talking to me, and they want me to do something on the 4th. And I went, okay, well, I normally release stuff on Wednesdays, which is the 3rd.
Oh.
Is that going to be okay? And if it's not, then I might do an update where I do something simple for Mechagodzilla so I can still spend the time doing a full proper build for the sponsorship video. Yeah, he was whining.
He's whining so much. He looks like a big old baby.
Big old baby. You're welcome, Goji Fighter. He just said, okay, thanks. Or they said, okay, thanks. And some thumbs up. Cool. Wow, is it -2 degrees, D-Rock Pain? Or is that a modifier? Do you have like a -2 on your attention today?
So when it gets all snowy and cold, that when you can't go outside and you're not allowed to.
Right.
That'd be so nice. Snow days sound so lovely.
On paper they do, but if
You have
actually
to deal with cold.
yeah, you have to deal with cold. You have to deal with the
Snow on cars.
snow
and
on cars, snow on
ground
walkways and
and-
patios, and yeah, and ice and.
Yay.
Having lived in California, I'm pretty convinced that snow is really nice in movies. Yes, Darth Vader helmet is also on that great invisible list of mine.
Are you really going to do it?
I don't have any plans to at the moment, but
It's on the list.
it's on the list. And Darth Vader is supposed to be appearing in the Kenobi series, so there's actually something new Vader coming out.
Bruno? No.
Stupid Monkey says, you can drive a car like Robocop. Kinda? In the Mechagodzilla outfit. Kinda? In a controlled environment. Which I suppose Robocop was also driving in a controlled environment. I doubt he ever drove in public traffic.
Well, as long as he's not wearing heels, I think he'll be fine.
Right, driving in heels. There's a whole other... So I drive a clutch, and you do too.
Yeah.
But whenever I put on platform shoes because I've worn a few lists or different costumes, and then mash that clutch, mash the because I'm just not used to having the extra.
I just drive barefoot.
Well, there you go. Well, I had a pair of boots from Hot Topic that were like combat boot, massive lace up.
Yeah.
So I ended up just driving with them on, which was probably not safe, but
Yeah.
Anya says it's summer here. Sweet. Well, welcome to the Southern Hemisphere.
It's where all the birds hang out.
Oh, wow, Justin, really? Justin Ferinsky says, hey, Odin, I remember meeting you at Center High School a couple years back for the Student Media Day or whatever it was called. Yeah, it's exactly what it was called, wasn't it? Because it was a Student Media Day, SIVA, right? I went and did a talk there and did a really bad, little
Obviously,
workshop.
you were memorable, so there's
Thank
that.
you, yeah. Well, it's, my goofy speech is, I think, still on YouTube, so...
Oh. I can have it.
If you want to call it a speech, my goofy make it up on the spot. Prepare? What's that?
Never.
Never. I got clean underwear on. I'm prepared.
Hey, it's a step.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, you'll be doing another round of lining next week.
No worries. I'm figuring out what I'm going to do for the bottom edge right now.
Okay, good.
So, since it wasn't quite long enough, I just
Oh, there you go.
jointed it.
I'm glad to see we've got some communication going on between viewers. Apex Geek is thanking Stupid Monkey and Lieutenant Angry Dwarf.
Now that sounds fun.
Yeah, taking advice from a Stupid Monkey and a medium-ranking Angry Dwarf, right? Lieutenant. That's a good. That's not a nothing to sneeze at, but it's not a general. It's not an admiral like Angry Dwarf. Connor Cook keeps asking about the Predator breather mask. Okay, so the Predator bio mask has another thing that's been on that great invisible list since DIY prop shop days. I asked the producer a couple of times about doing either a shoulder cannon, wrist blades, or the bio mask from the Predator, and all of them were okayed until something new came along, and that took it over. That's what happens a lot. You think about it, especially in the past, I was only doing 2 videos a month, so that's 2 props every month, and that was it. And so it was very easy to have something new pop up. Now that I'm trying to do, 1 every week, well, that's 52 props a year. It's basically 4 a month. It's kind of doubled. So yeah, stuff like that's way more possible.
You're actually getting to.
Yeah, but then I take on long form projects that's a 1 week a month eaten up doing that.
Hey, you'll never run out of material. So
I will never run out of material.
All right, I need it.
I could even go strictly video game, and I would never run out of material. I'm not going to, but I could.
Yes. There we go.
I was talking to Rebel Base Builds Thursday or Friday, just through social media or something. And great channel, done... What am I hearing?
Oh, Toby's chewing on a hamburger.
Oh, is it the hamburger?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's sitting and chewing on a hamburger. No, I was like, what is that?
It sounded like something like rolling in a bin.
No,
He's got the hamburger speak toys.
slobbery chewing on a rubber hamburger.
Okay. Rebel Base Builds is going to be helping us with the Jedi helmet.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
that's going to actually happen.
That's going to actually happen. May not happen till April, but yeah.
Not bad. That is one of my favorite helmets.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. It's one of the few helmets in any Star Wars where you can still see the actor's face. Because they're a bunch of rebels. Sorry.
Well, yeah, no. You gotta have soldiers, not people.
Right.
If you see a face, how can you shoot that?
Fair enough.
At least that's how I feel.
More people talking about the weather. -17 in Ontario. South Africa. Sweet. Oh, okay. That's where you're at, Anya.
They are south.
Yeah, that's south. that's very southern hemisphere, but that is definitely going to be summer. 1 foot of snow. Francisco says Mechagodzilla is looking nice. Thank you. Yep, more Mechagodzilla this Wednesday, because I'm already seeing another request for updates on that. So this Wednesday, 2 days, is the next. That's actually being worked on upstairs right now. The actual edit is.
Sleeves.
Sleeves. Pew pew pew. More like bang bang bang. Yeah. Well, it was bang 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 on set, especially in Star Wars, because most of the weapons in Star Wars fired blanks. And
did they use noisy?
Yeah, they used noisy blanks because they're all most of them are World War II weapons, and so the majority of the guns in the first A New Hope fired blanks.
I didn't know that. That adds a new level.
As things went on, that changed, but I believe that's also because I'm pretty sure you have like powder from the smoke hanging in the air, especially in the Death Star battles.
Yeah, but I hear pew pew.
Oh yeah,
on
well,
screen,
I hear pew pew
so
on
I'm
screen
not
too.
assuming.
Yeah, I just hear man, God, what's his name? What's the sound designer's name? Ben Burt. I just hear Ben smacking a wrench against the guy line of a high tension telephone wire. Because you got the wooden telephone pole and you got the wires that come down to help hold it up. Yeah, he struck that with a hammer. That was the laser noise.
I could totally see that making that noise.
Yep.
Pew! Also sounds very dangerous.
Yeah. Thankfully that wasn't, because that particular wire where it's down where the public can touch it doesn't have any voltage in it.
Isn't active or live, but
no,
still.
It's just helping hold it up.
I'm just imagining those presentations they used to give us at school with the little guy on a stick touching and going bzzz.
Yep. Having gotten a chance to play with an electric fence for cattle more than once, yeah, that's a real thing. No, I have not peed on an electric fence. I'm smart enough, I think, is that smart, to avoid doing that. My favorite one was not paying attention and having a wet blade of grass or a piece of wet weed hanging off of my sleeve or something else, and then that brushed the fence when I totally wasn't paying attention. The hell? Yeah, that was great.
Although I've never been shocked as much in my life as I have been working sewing.
Right, you were saying that because of the static buildup and discharge.
Every time I sit down to a sewing machine, it shocks me. Every time I reach, it's the fabric, it's all... Yes.
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 My coworker Neil ended up taping gaff tape over the doorknob coming out of his office because every time he would come over to it, it was just shock him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just got sick of it, so he put tape over the doorknob.
I think this is going to need a new needle after this because this is definitely putting some use and abuse on it.
Oh, probably. That's the same needle I sewed all my pieces with, too.
I could tell.
Okay.
It's holding up, but...
Yeah, my problem was just not enough material to turn everything inside out and get it in there. You know, that just was...
Remember when I was talking about that?
Yeah, I did. And then I thought, okay, because I had a skinny part on the shoulders, and I thought that I could get enough in there. Nope, not for the elbows. So I think I'm gonna need to. Pretty sure I have to redo the elbows.
I'll have to take a look at that. There we go.
Felicia, God of Thunder. There you go. Big Slim is saying that my math teacher talked about peeing on an electric fence. The entire class was rolling around, laughing on the ground. Yeah, I bet. I'm sure that is a fairly unpleasant experience. Of course, you'd also have to be fairly close for it to work, but, you know. Because wasn't Mythbusters showing that a stream of urine is not actually a connected stream? It comes out in dots. So
it's not...
You have to be fairly close to it in order to make it actually arc. Yeah.
Alright, we will see if this will stitch through all these layers. Although...
Stay tuned next week. We'll unveil Felicia's new sewing machine. Dr. 667, hi, I just joined. What's happening? I'm saying hi to you. Hey, how's it going?
Hi. Let's do this.
D-Rock Payne is quoting Ren and Stimpy, don't whiz on the electric fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words to live by.
Words to live by. That was a pseudo commercial or a fake commercial within the cartoon, right? About the Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence was the board game they were playing. D-Rock will let me know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, I need to replace the needle if I want this any semblance of working.
That was the last one. I think I can stop hammering.
No,
You know, for
because
right
we
now.
have more hammering coming up.
Yeah, but I mean, like for today. Oh, okay, there's more hammer. Oh, we're right, because we're setting eyelets, aren't we? Mm-hmm. All right, prepare your ears. Here comes more hammering.
You know, you could be a percussionist by the end of this.
That would require a rhythm. I can smack stuff with a hammer. That's different than having a rhythm.
Yeah, I definitely have to replace this needle. I'm surprised it's gone this far.
Big Boy 721 for the pug for his, for his Big Boy, for his PyCon or Icon. Do you think that Mechagodzilla will be in Godzilla vs. Long?
Hope so.
I'm pretty sure. There are 3 things in the trailer that possibly even 4, having gone frame by frame, that make me think that, oh yeah, that's specifically Mechagodzilla, that's specifically Mechagodzilla, and that's hitting us over the head.
You're really savoring this, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Why? Because I might, my videos might perform better. Now, when Mechagodzilla and the look of him gets released, and if I don't like the way he looks, I'm going to be, nuts. So I'm waiting to see, what he's going to look like.
But at least yours is based on classic.
Right.
So there's no messing with classic.
Right. Yeah. There's a scene where the Watanabe, the actor, right? I think that's the actor's name. Over his shoulder, you can see a bunch of schematics and stuff in the background. You can't see the head, but looking at the feet and looking at the tail, it is either a very low poly schematic of Godzilla, or it's the actual schematics of Mechagodzilla's feet. There's a scene where a bunch of people, it's like the second shot in the trailer, are running underground. And way up in the sky above them, buildings are collapsing, and you can see something with red glowing lights. Well, nothing on Godzilla glows red, unless he's doing nuclear form, right? And he's typically blue, and nothing on Kong glows at all. So that's probably Mechagodzilla, because it doesn't. It's red spots. It doesn't look like the overall glowing that
And
nuclear
if it's
Godzilla
not, you'll
does.
be very, very upset.
Yeah, possibly. The shot may not be in the movie. I don't know if I'd be very, very upset, but maybe upset with myself for expecting too much. The opening logos, when it comes up and says Warner Brothers and Legendary Media, both of those have a circuitry pattern that flashes across them. Neither Kong or Zilla are really big into circuitry. And then the very first shot, which is a cityscape shot that has not an explosion, but it's like it is an explosion of dirt. There's no flame. It's just something big got hit and a bunch of crap went flying. The very last frame before they cut, I think you can see Mechagodzilla spines if you go frame by frame. So yeah, and then there's the toy leak, and then there's the comic book leak, and that kind of confirms it too.
Alright. I should use a piece of paper to make this easier,
Yes.
but I haven't yet.
Oh, okay. Screw your paper.
Right? Only because this fabric likes to get stuck.
Telia Zolan, why did I do Mechagodzilla from Ready Player One? Because I actually like the look of the '74 Mechagodzilla better. Ready Player One is the most modern one that I like. I don't care for the 2000s versions where they look like a bunch of IMAX stacked on top of each other and spray painted silver. The Ready Player One version I do really like, and it would match with the Gundam suit that I've made much better. if I'm going to spend the time doing it, I want the 74 one, so that's why I'm doing it. Hey Odin, do you have any tips on making Thor Sicarian swords? Yes, after I got done making mine, the fact that I made the grips and all the detail in the grips just out of foam, it's not that a single foam grip is a problem, it's I had all that raised detail that was foam. Thorcules was pointing out to me that if you were to play with those all day at a con, they would probably wear down and break down. That it would probably not hold up to long-term con use. So my suggestion would be don't use softer foams for the actual grips. Use wet the foam or use leather or something else, just because that's a wear spot. Other than that, I'd probably build them just like I did again. Dr. 667 is laughing. Sewing machine dies of sewing.
It really, well, I am pushing it to its limit, that's for sure.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. Live by the Sicarian sword, die by the Sicarian sword. Did that wrong. I put the Z on the wrong side.
It happens.
That's a great noise. That's you hitting the
Seam
the
allowance.
plate. There's a seam allowance?
It's the seam allowance right there.
Oh, okay.
Because it was sewing through it fine. It's the extra thickness of the seam allowance that when it's kind of struggling, because this is a lot to fit
that's
through.
a lot.
Yeah, but it's coming out really clean. These ones, this sewing machine needle, when I put it in, it looked crooked. And it's been sewing, I haven't gotten it to sew correctly, so I think I'm just going to call it a quits.
Okay.
And switch it out.
Well, it is 1 o'clock, so I think Toby
knows
and wants to go do doggy stuff. Most of the time at 1 o'clock, I like to, do a couple things. One of them is, hello, and thank you for joining me on my live stream. My name is Odin, and this is the Odin Makes live stream. It's Monday, if you hadn't noticed, and every Monday from noon until 2, I like to do a live stream with my co-host, Felicia. And we are working on our Witcher cosplay. Ben Eady had sent me his foam armory, foam chainmail, and that inspired us to do the basic vanilla Witcher armor from the Witcher 3 video game. And so that's what we're working on, very, very slowly. Or it feels slowly because we're only doing it on the live streams, which means we're only giving ourselves a 2-hour window every week to work on it. And then in addition to that, we're ordering wrong parts and have to order more parts. Or I'm taking time to stop and talk to you guys, which is the whole point of doing the live stream. So that kind of slows us down a little bit. Although I guess we've only been working on it since September. So it's not that long. But anyway, that's what we're doing. The other thing that's been fun to do for the past couple of weeks is opening up viewer mail at 1 o'clock. Well, I didn't get any this week. Or more specifically, I didn't get my butt to the P.O. box this week. So I don't have any to open up. But if you guys do want to send something that we open up on air, I'm not trying to tell you to definitely send. We've got some really cool stuff. So I'm not trying to beg cool stuff from you guys, because that's not cool. But I've had people send some handmade tools. Somebody just sent a piece of Zaku Gundam that was Dan Does Junk. Artman sent me a pattern that I'm actually going to be using in March for making a Mandalorian helmet. So all those types of things have happened, and that's really cool. So if you want to send something, you are welcome to. The P.O. box is in the description of this video. And if it's specifically for Felicia, then mark it as for Felicia. If it's specifically for Toby, mark it for Toby, and Felicia will open it up for him. So that's what happens at this time when I got stuff to open. But I don't. So back to sewing. Hi!
Hi!
How's it going, Blazeface? You actually managed that with your earrings really well.
Yeah, they didn't get tangled this time.
No, they didn't get tangled this time.
Okay. Sewing. I think I'm going to change this needle out because it looked bent when I put it in there. And
Yeah, it's fine. They're sewing needles. I get it. I understand now.
Now?
now that I had a professional tell me what I was doing wrong.
You have better ones, and if this one doesn't work, I'm gonna go get the better ones.
Anya asks if I counted up the hours, because it's just talking about how long it's been taking us to build it. I haven't counted up the hours. No, I really haven't. And then it would be a modification. I mean, we could tell, okay, so it's 2 hours and 15 minutes or so every live stream, but it's not a solid 2 hours and 15 minutes of two people crafting. So that hasn't, there's been more than once the two of us have stopped and talked about Smosh stories or something else, and no work gets done. But that's okay, because the whole point is to have a live stream and spend time with you guys, not to be on the clock and getting a project done.
You know, completing things.
Yeah, whatever.
I think.
That whole rush you get from completing a project,
Sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. Who needs that?
yeah, who needs that?
I need to cut this little tiny string there.
We got somebody. Yes, do it. What is this? There we are. Great. Thanks, Doctor. Can't wait. Doctor says somebody should prank Odin by sending a stink bomb. And then I've got Art Man, who's, yes, somebody should definitely do that. Hey, Art Man, I know where you live, or at least where your return address is.
Let's see. Let's do this.
Alrighty. I'm going to pronounce this horribly wrong, and I apologize. It actually has accent marks on the letters, right?
Which one?
And being an American, there's no way I can read that. Where'd he go? Did he go that quick? Here he is.
Sapaio Dupe?
Yeah. Sure.
How would you say it?
Sapaio Dupe? I have no idea.
I butchered it. It's okay.
Those are supposed to be long sounds, and I have no idea how to do that. Anyway, make a John So sword. Okay, I didn't make it. This is actually her sword, but this is left over from Smosh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is White Fang from
I didn't screw it
Smosh.
tight enough.
That's amazing. Man,
I hand tighten things and it's not quite right. I should have just used a screwdriver.
this is going to take a minute.
Oh, you're gonna take a picture so they can see?
So they can see.
Don't.
Oh,
live.
come on. It's fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna use the other needles though, because
Okay.
those ones are significantly heavier duty. Yep, these ones are.
Get this before I poke myself with it.
Can I show them?
Yeah, no. So I took a picture of my phone. Now I got to download it so I can put it into the machine so I can share it with them. Yeah, details. This is why crafting isn't get done.
Yay, mistakes. I'm just gonna
Yay,
start
mistakes.
coming from undefinitive.
It's a huge part of my show is how do you figure yourself out of the problems you put yourself in.
Yeah, and sometimes, depending on the sewing machine, I'm more troubleshooting sewing machine issues than I'm ever actually sewing.
Right.
And I hate it when days go like that, but it happens. And sometimes I find myself with the machine completely taken apart, re-oiled, and re-put together. Alright, I will use a screwdriver to tighten it.
Oh, users, that's what I want.
Now it's not going anywhere. I won't be able to change it either, but that's okay.
That's the one.
There we go.
There. And put that over there. Okay. So.
I fixed it in the time that you get to show them.
Yeah, exactly. She fixed it the amount of time it took me to make the user interface work. This is what happened. So what happened here?
I did not tighten the screw that holds the needle in tight enough before I started sewing. I did it by hand as opposed to using the screwdriver because I thought.
Okay. So specifically, what we're looking at is the thing sticking out the front like an acupuncture needle. That's the sewing needle.
Yeah, the needle, it slipped out of the where it belongs.
The foot. Okay.
Well, it doesn't.
Well, that's a sewing foot. We just have to describe it because I can't see us point.
It's in the foot. I was talking about the top part, the shaft that it's normally held in. It slipped out of there and it is stuck in the foot.
Okay.
it came out of the top part because I didn't tighten the screw that you can't quite see. Is that?
No, you can.
It's poking out over the
I
needle
apologize.
threader.
I can't zoom, and I don't have an interface to where I can point at it. Right. So they're just looking at a still.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, little details. Might have came back just a moment too soon there for you.
It's okay.
And guess what? We're human.
No, we're not. I'm a robot.
Yes, fully. You just happen to have a coolant leak on your face.
Pretty much. We will see if we can actually get through this one little seam. If I can get past the speed bump.
Dan says your brother stepped on his needle.
Which one?
This one.
Yes. Because it's under its foot.
It's under its foot. Steven Rodriguez is sending us tool time emojis.
It just gotta go slow. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Janice, no, we didn't kill the sewing machine, thankfully.
It's not dead yet.
No, I'm not quite dead. No, it's just the needle wasn't screwed in place, and the fabric had a better grip on the needle than the machine did. So it retracted, and the needle stayed stuck in the fabric. It moved forward, and because the needle was down in the bobbin hole, it made it push forward as well. And now we've got a stick in the spokes of a bicycle.
Yep. And I just have to take it slow, letting the feed dogs feed it through and not forcing it through myself, because that puts pressure on the needle,
Right.
which will snap the needle and make you have a bent needle and all these other issues. But if I just let it go and eat it slowly,
Right, let it do its own thing at its own pace.
pretty much taking
Yep.
my time, even though I'm not the slowest. So
It's all good. I was doing the same thing with making the arms, where I was like, all right, you just go at your pace. Also, I was sewing slow because I was not giving myself a whole lot of seam allowance. I had millimeters of seam allowance. Like,
yeah,
less than 3, like, tiny little seam allowance. 10
Yeah.
millimeters is still millimeters of seam allowance, but
it's a blessing and a curse.
yeah,
It's a blessing if you can get those tighter curves, but it's
Right.
a curse because you can't be off. But
yeah.
yeah,
And I can't go,
right.
warp factor 11.
Well, one thing that I did do on this that I didn't mention is that I increased the stitch length as high as it can go, and I reduced the tension to loosen it so that
Okay.
it
The foot can deal with it, deal with the thickness.
No. So that when you take a stitch, a bite, every bite, if you have a really thick fabric that you're sewing into and you're doing it really tight, you're just going to get it really tight and eaten up, and it's going to be like impossible to rip out.
Right.
It's going to make an ugly line. So you have to just increase the stitch depth so that it has room to get through the fabric over to the next one. So yeah, that's just,
Yeah. And I always thought of it as like making perforations.
Yeah.
This is a point where stuff can tear because of the amount of holes you put into it.
Yeah.
Although ideally with fabric, you're just going in between the weave, but
This is foam and vinyl, so we are actually perforating holes with the leather needle. It's stabbing little triangle holes in it.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Someone says we're both amazing. Pompudazone, all in one. Pompudazone says you are both amazing.
Aw.
Thank you. Watching from Brazil. Hello, Zemo in Brazil.
We're through in another.
Dan does junk. Do what Jeremy Clarkson does. Just mash down the pedal and go, power!
Except that's just a broken needle.
Right. And of course, that's not my Jeremy Clarkson, because I can't possibly do a imitation of him. But anyway, I'm not good at imitating anyway.
I am not liking it.
Oh, I didn't quite see what's going on.
What's going on?
Teely Zolzon is reacting to something that Doctor 667 said. And Doctor's trying to tell me to scroll up and see what Teely Zolzon is planning. Okay, scrolling up. This is me going back in time.
catching up with what y'all are talking about.
Oh, God.
What?
Someone said they're going to send us some surströmming. I'm pronouncing it wrong. It is pickled fermented herring from Norway, and there are YouTube videos of people opening up the can because it smells like rotten.
Lovely.
Yeah, basically, if you open it up, you have to open it up submerged because it's it's this instant gag reflex for most people. Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah, please don't. I had a coworker at KVIE, and she had married into people who the group of people who enjoy that and have that. Anyway, I'm saying this all horribly wrong because I don't know which one to say, but yeah. So she was showing me all sorts of videos about it, and yeah, gonna have to say no.
Well, keep that in the back of my mind just in case, we get said something that's not so nice.
Right. Well, it's always a possibility. I'm inviting the public to send me stuff, so there's a good possibility that something inappropriate will show up. That's also why I don't try to just surprise. Little card pops out. You have anthrax.
Oh, lovely. Good. One can only hope, right?
Jack of all trades shows up. Ah, there it is.
It's going to take me 2 hours to get through this one scene.
Steven Rodriguez, Blue Harvest. Interesting, with a green T-shirt, emoji, and a black screen. I don't know. Blue Harvest. I would be okay with having a Blue Harvest T-shirt. I don't. That'd be cool though. Blue Harvest was the pseudonym for Return of the Jedi during production. Just all the slate said it. All the film was had that written on it. All the schedules that were and all visible to the public. Everything was Blue Harvest. So
the mayonnaise commercial.
Like mayonnaise
always
commercial.
Working on.
Exactly. It's a way of keeping things quiet and controlled. Right. Yeah. If anyone doesn't know, and I've actually ran into this once personally. When you're out in the field and shooting something, right? So you've actually gone to a location to shoot something where John Q. Public can wander by and say, "Hey, what's going on?" And this is especially true for the people who are controlling traffic, like officers and security officers. The response is always, "We're shooting a mayonnaise commercial," and it is so common it's a joke. Kind of like Alan Smithy is the go-to director name, or at least was, when the director didn't want to put his name in a movie. Which has happened. There's like a recut of Dune that was a television version. This is the 1984 version of Dune that's directed by Alan Smithy because it was edited after the fact and David Lynch didn't want his name on it anymore. Anyway, I'm in Vegas doing a trade show with Play Incorporated, and we see a bunch of cameras and stuff set up in front of the Bellagio, which is the one that's got the huge dancing fountains out in front. And the guy I'm with, who's worked on films before, Scott, he leans out the window when we go past one of the officers. He says, "Hey, what you guys shooting? Can you say?" And the guy just said, "Yeah, mayonnaise commercial." And Scott came back in laughing and explained to me what the joke was because I had no idea why that was funny. It turns out they're shooting the end scene to Ocean's 11.
Oh, nice.
Because that's how the movie ends. And it's like, oh, I know exactly when that was.
I honestly thought that was a Michelle thing, but I can appreciate it. Because, people don't question you once you say mayonnaise commercial.
Right, no,
they
they
leave
don't.
it at that.
Yeah.
And they also never question you if you're wearing a yellow vest or an orange vest.
Yes.
All of a sudden can you please step over here?
Yep.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, the safety gear, totally. The little flashing orange light, which anyone can put in their car, right? Because you're a worker or whatever. You can't have red and blue or white because that's not. Yeah. Oh, white might be okay.
Well, I used to keep those vests in my kit.
Yeah.
Because we need to sound authoritative and people listen to us.
There were more than once, especially when I went up into Humboldt and did the Grand Kinetic Championship, the human-powered race. There were tons of people shooting it, right? And everyone's used to seeing camcorders and used to seeing the smaller cameras, and whatever, Well, I had the giant. They called them ENG, the electronic news gathering camera. That's the big shoulder.
the one with the.
big shoulder-mounted camera. This is the classic television-style camera. That's what we had because we bought one secondhand. Well, I actually worked for PBS at the time, and I had this giant camera, so people would give me great places to stand. I got invited on boats to get better shots. I was allowed to stand in places that other people weren't because I was PBS and I had this big camera.
But the thing is it probably got way better quality on the other cameras.
Some of the other ones would, because they would have been well, we were still HD, but could have been 4K, and
Yeah, it's crazy how camera technology just explodes like that.
Yeah. And one of the things I've read about, one of the reasons those cameras are so big is everything on it has like a physical switch or a physical button or a physical port you can plug into. And as you add all that type of stuff to it, there's a certain size you have to have. And it's a huge difference. When you're in a hurry to go click, 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 and you made a bunch of changes, then you have to go through a menu and, oh, nope, hit the wrong thing, let's undo, go back again. I mean, you get used to doing stuff, but flipping switches is way faster, and as well as it's easy to check. You know, all right, well, am I on 64K? Yep, okay, good, we're good. So.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Gotta love where we come.
Yeah.
I like that they shot a full feature-length film on an iPhone 5.
Yes. And most of Adam Savage's videos at this point are shot on his iPhone. And the only thing that really suffers from it is the audio, because he's just using the mic on the phone. He recently did one with Norm where they were building the Mandalorian's blaster, and they were both mic'd, and you could totally tell the difference with the audio. As far as the video goes, yeah, it was way better produced because they had a cameraman. You know, Gunther was there shooting, but I'm totally happy watching the iPhone episodes.
Yeah, I love where we've come and how far we've gotten. I also like to think, you know, back when gymnastics started as a sport, I would be considered an Olympian.
Really?
Yeah, it's like what I teach my level 1s basics, you know.
Basics is what at that point would have been Olympic.
Mm-hmm, and I love watching it because it just makes me feel like,
I am.
But we've come so far. Like,
right.
Equipment has changed. Like, even from when I was a kid to what we have now. Like, the vaults aren't even the same shape. And
right.
Yeah, like, we keep pushing. Like, I can't wait to see where we're at in 10 years, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But, you know, where we started, I'm like, ooh. And I feel like that with a lot of things, you know. Like,
totally.
Look at this. We shot this on our iPhone, but this took us like a huge budget and everything 10 years ago.
One of the first projects I worked on with Joe Gillis, the guy who did Beyond Geek, Jawagi Productions, he shot it on film because he wanted to. So the whole thing was shot on black and white 16mm film. And yeah, there's so much more that goes into lighting film, the camera itself, the being prepared for the shot, because instead of playing it back and, oh, I don't like it, let's shoot it again, you had to buy the film, you have to mail it off to get it developed, then you have to pay to have it shipped back to you, and so you get all this delay, and then it goes, oh, it's out of focus. You know, you're just kind of stuck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he really, really, really wanted his first project, which was a silent film, to be done old school on film. And honestly, it was one of the first true silent films like that was made in a long time. This is like mid to late 90s, to the point that there were art houses in New York that still specialized in showing silent movies. His movie played there. It was the most recent movie to play because it was technically silent. And somebody, a friend that was here local, whose father, I think it was, or his grandfather, I think it was his father, wrote music for silent film. So he actually wrote music to be played on the organ. So Joe got an original piece written, a period piece written that he was allowed to use. And so he sent that to the art house in New York, where it was actually performed live with the... So that's all fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've always had that question. If you make a vintage dress out of vintage fabric with a vintage pattern and vintage string and a vintage buttons and...
Yeah.
Is it vintage?
Right.
But it was made recently.
Right.
I don't know. That is like just one of those things I've always kind of wondered.
Ultimately, I would think no, because it wasn't made at the time, but it is, yeah. faithful. If anybody really wants to find that, look for 9 items or less online, and you'll find the video. You'll find the film. Is it fantastic, earth-shattering? No, it's a goofy, silent film with a guy that has too many items in the checkout cart. But, you know, it's whatever. It was fun.
Did he try to buy the divider at least?
No, he didn't. Matthias was in it, though. If you've met Matthias locally, Matthias Bombal, he helped redo the Crest Theater, and he still does.
The name sounds really familiar.
Okay.
Like, I probably dressed him a few times.
You probably have.
Yeah.
But he's in it. He's the checkout clerk that, takes a pie to the face, because that's a classic gag.
You know, I could have just been happy with one line of stitching.
You could have.
I could have.
You could have. Do we need to go buy more needles?
No, we haven't gone through them. It's slow.
You know, Sean sent me a pokey thingy. You want to stab this with an ice pick or an awl?
No, it's just the fabric doesn't slide through because this vinyl likes to get stuck.
This
is the one
that's the sticky vinyl.
This is the sticky vinyl. So I can't force it, even though you kind of have to a little bit without bending the needle.
Do you want to put tape on it? Take some of that the manila, the yellow masking tape, and stick it on the vinyl to help it get past the plate.
I'm actually wondering if I just stick it on the foot.
Oh, which side's sticking? Is it the foot that's sticking, or is the plate down here?
It's the friction between the foot
Oh.
and the thing, because the plate down there has little feed dogs pushing it along. So, like a titanium foot would avoid this problem altogether. Hopefully, ideally.
Well, if you want, we can go super goofy high tech.
Do it.
That is a low friction tape I specifically bought for Mechagodzilla's head.
For the
turning of the head. So this is the blue backing is on there, so you'll stick it on and then you'll peel the other part back off. And that is for assembly line manufacturing, and it's made to be a low friction.
Nice. I'm gonna try this. I'm just going to pop this foot off and not even try and do it in cram space.
One of those. Thank you, Amazon, for fun, goofy stuff. Oops. Just pulled it all the way through.
Okay.
And after I bought that and had it shipped here, for less, I found a...
Exactly what you needed?
Exactly what I needed. So instead of having to put low friction tape, I found a 10-inch Lazy Susan that's all metal. So this is one of the first like Godzilla updates. Is I'm gonna have to grind a little bit off on the outside in order to make it fit my neck rig, and then I'll mount the head to this inner part, and it'll actually have easy movement. We're talking about the jack of all trades. Hello, Nicole. It's talking about the XXX rocket launcher. So somebody's talking about that.
Oh yeah, your little.
Yeah. What's the worst movie prop?
I just stuck it all the way across there.
Doctor asks if I can show the dogs. Oh, there's Bruno. He's chewing on something. And that's the squeaky toy burger. There, that's just a dog toy.
That he's not chewing on.
He's not chewing on. So Bruno's probably chewing up the mat that we're standing on, because that's kind of what he does. As long as he doesn't swallow it.
Bruno, I cannot take him anywhere. Toby,
No.
I can.
So I'll have to buy some new mats before the next con. So we got clean mats for. Because I've tried to set them up a little bit in the middle for standing on.
Oh, you've used them?
Yeah, I've taken some of these like a 4-square piece. I've taken to a con as a place to stand.
I'm glad you got to use them and they
Oh,
get
yeah.
use out of them.
Oh, I've been standing on these for what, 2 years now? They're holding up
2
really
years?
well. A year and a half, something like that. It's been a
No,
while.
it's seriously been 2 years.
It's been all of 2020.
Yeah.
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 These hold up really well. Whatever you paid for them, it's great. I'm happy to buy more. Even though it was Puppy Bowl, so
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the 2019 Puppy Bowl or the 2018 Puppy Bowl, but I've been using them about 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, well, let's try this. See how that threads through.
Cantuna, does anyone know where I can listen to the Odin's podcast?
Do you have a podcast?
I don't have a specific one that's just mine. I've been on NPR, which is Nerd Podcast Radio.
It's going so much better. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
It's not getting caught on the vinyl, so it's threading through.
Can we? No, we can't. Well, we can kind of see it.
Well, I'm not the one forcing it through. It's
right, but it's actually
feeding itself as opposed to getting caught. So.
Sweet. Sweet. Good.
A little less friction in my life.
Yes. Well, there it is, and we can replace it whenever you want on the foot.
Like.
And if you need to take that to work, you can.
No, because we don't.
It's like $30 that tape, so it's not something I would say. Oh, go get some more.
No, you only need this much of it.
Right, I know, but you had to buy a whole roll of it
to get that much.
Yeah, it was like 27 something. So.
Yeah, no. At my work, we don't like abuse the sewing machines. My old one we did, but not this one.
Wait, well, your old one, you were making costumes and.
Yes.
Making Mad Hatter.
Oh yes, all the insanity. But I am definitely appreciating the littlest tiny details can make the biggest difference.
D-Rock Payne. Odin, plug a Friends film here in the comments. Acquaintance. I don't know what the link is, but it's just called 9 Items or Less. That's the one I was talking about. Another one that's still in production that I actually helped out on while my channel was active, still is active. It's called Grunk the Smasher. That's being done by a fantastic group of friends here in town called the Trash Film Orgy. Yeah, best name.
I loved it. I got the hookup from them because Decades always gave them the costumes.
Yeah.
So we got free tickets every time.
Oh, sweet.
I would have to drag James out, but I'm like, no, we have to go.
We have to go. You don't get it.
We have to go.
Yeah, oh, they're fun. And what's great is I know Darren, because it's Darren and Christy are the two main people of Trash Film Orgy. Oh, he's
look at he found a way to get up here.
Yeah, he's walking on plastic. Okay, and I know Darren from way back in the past, probably from when I worked at the comic shop. But just yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate what they do.
Yeah, definitely, and the fact that this is their 4th or 5th film, right?
Yeah.
And they're very slow and methodical about how they make their movies. It's this one's Grunk the Smasher. There was oh wow, I'm spacing on all the other names now. What was it? It was Badass Monster Killer, and I can't remember the other one was. But they've made a number of movies, and they're all kind of done the same way. A lot of green screen. It's all no budget, but they're fun.
And their premieres are fun.
And the premieres are fun. I will definitely be going to the Grunk premiere, as long as I actually get to have one. Right. But they're still a couple years out from finishing it, because you've got tape stuck to your foot there, sir. They're still a couple years out from finishing Grunk, just because it's something they have to do when they're not working, and it's out of pocket, you know. So from time to time they have to stop and raise money.
No, I get that.
Yeah. Hi.
This is all done, except for the grommets.
Except for the grommets, right?
And it's not done, but it's done. It's getting there.
I'm getting kisses.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
This is why I never get invited anywhere, Bruno. No, Toby.
Careful, Bruno may drink your coffee.
Nah, he doesn't like coffee.
There you go, that's good.
He's a picky eater. Toby will eat anything. Bruno will be very picky on what he does eat.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Bruno doesn't need that much caffeine. Sean Kennedy, sorry I'm late. I had to stock up on food before the incoming snowstorms. Oh, wow. Well, we talked about you. I said, thank you very much for the bookie thingy. At least I think that was you that sent it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to trim the strings.
And I'm glad you managed to get everything you got stocked up. And Advixen has no power. They were watching on their phone. I don't know if they're still here. Their phone may have died by this point.
Right.
Oh, Jack of all trades is trying to remind me, hey, you're on my podcast on Friday. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're talking about podcasts. I was on the Jack of all trades podcast just this last Friday. So I've actually been on Jack of all trades podcast twice now. And just so, yeah, Nerd Podcast Radio. I'm going to be on GeekCon. That's coming up, I think it's March 4th.
It's coming up.
That's coming really quick. That's a science fiction convention being held by a college in Ontario. So that'll be a 2-hour Q&A and whatever, you know, this type of format, but less crafting.
Woo.
Less dogs.
It's my own fault.
It's your own fault. When I did the spell book, that was a podcast too, with people in London. And I can't remember who it was with. It must be lunchtime because my brain isn't working.
Yeah. That happens.
Bruce Marvel 88 says, sorry I'm late, but you two are my faves.
Aw,
Thank you, Bruce. Brian Zappo. Robocop. Oh, right. I think the Robocop suit is a nightmare to make, especially to get everything smooth and shiny. Well, Brian, the Robocop suit was a nightmare to make. It was kind of new when they made the movie because it was one of the first times they really made two suits. There was an undersuit that was flexible. Well, there was, what Peter actually wore. But what you saw, there was an undersuit that was the flexible parts. That was the foam, urethane, whatever it was they made out of it. And then on top of that was the hard pieces, which is, the chest pieces, all the stuff that's kind of the metallic blue. Something about the making of, the guys that were making it joked about, not only did that have to be cast out of something that required special protective gear because it was horribly toxic, then it had to be painted with something that was deadly, and then it had to be sealed with something that would cause nerve damage. But once it was all dry, it was fine and safe. So the amount of, kind of a nightmare to actually make it.
Well, that's the thing, is it's great to draw.
Right.
And it looks amazing, but how does it actually function?
Yeah, exactly. And how do you actually do it and make it stick? Because everything also had to be slightly flexible so we could fall.
You have to be able to move. You have to be able to do what the robots do.
And they did it.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate their struggle. It's not the easiest task to build armor.
Something else of the making of that I liked reading. Phil Tippett, he's the stop motion guy, right? Everything's stop motion that isn't Harryhausen seems like it's Phil Tippett. That's not true, but it feels that way. He did all the stop animation for Robocop. And there was a scene where Ed 209 falls down a flight of stairs. That's how Robocop finally vanquishes Ed 209. Spoilers! I think it's in the trailer. Well, it was in the script, and they only ever needed it to be a stop animation sequence. So Phil's team got to build their quarter scale or whatever scale stairwell. Then it turns out they needed a reaction shot. It was one of the few times where they had to take measurements off the model so they could go build a full scale. It was always the other way around.
Right?
What are you trying to show us?
No, I wasn't showing anything. I was just like, it's done.
Oh, nice.
Just appreciating
the doneness.
Right? Well, I still have to put on grommets.
Well, I might be able to hand you this one. You might be able to line it. Because all I got to do is tighten this up and I can hand it off to you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Right.
I could do that. And then
Since you just lined the other one, you can remember what the problems were.
Right? Well, now I have a slidey foot, so it's not going to be as stressful.
There you go. Good.
And I figured out the problems on the back.
Nice. And that's, this being the back piece, not the back of the...
Yeah. So, yay! We're getting there.
A Roland Bread, have I ever considered building any props from Destiny? Yes, I've considered it. I guess other things have always just caught my attention to do more. But Destiny is yet something else that's, on my list. I think, if I remember correctly, I have not played Destiny. I think if I remember correctly, my friend Jerry Egbert Fail, that's the best freaking last name ever.
That's my grandma's maiden name. Fail.
Yeah, Fail? Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, he's from this area, so they may be related.
Well, see, there's an F on this for the fails.
For Fails, okay.
Yeah. I like it for Felicia, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, that's a cool last name.
He did the Titan armor, I believe, from Destiny. So.
I'll laugh if he's my uncle. Yeah.
He's a patron. He's probably not watching, but.
Probably not. That's okay.
Well, he's at work, and he's actually, good at what he does, so he's probably
Paying
actually
attention.
working. Yeah.
Yeah, right? No, Toby, we're not going outside. No, Toby, come here.
Connor Cook. Hey, Odin, have you ever thought about doing something from Pumpkinhead, the 1980s original? And if so, is that on the invisible list? I had a huge fascination with Pumpkinhead. I loved that movie when it came out. It's a bad movie. I love that movie when it came out because Pumpkinhead looks awesome. I've done the model kit. There was a vinyl model kit. I think it was Horizon. I don't think it was Screamin'. I think Horizon did that. It could have been Screamin'. I've built that model kit. At the moment, no, he's not on the invisible list because that is body casting, sculpting with clay, casting again, then slip casting, foam or silicone or something else.
That's a big project.
That's, yeah. And
For
that's,
an obscure reference.
For an obscure reference and for a single person channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could get somebody on here that was more accustomed to doing that and could do it more streamlined, oh, hell yeah. I'd love to do his hands, but, not even
Goals,
the head.
right?
Goals.
Goals. Yeah.
Because he's got those really cool, extra long fingers.
Yeah. I've had to do those fun little crazy hands before.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'd love to get the 3D printed ones that self-articulate. Just by bending it causes them to curl in.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've had to redo album art.
Oh, okay.
Like cover where they had these crazy hands and it's like a shadow monster.
Okay.
Yeah. That one was really fun. I ended up using sticks, like sewn to gloves, but then I made the joints a little higher up anyways. It was a really fun project.
Oh, that's cool.
Random projects like I need this to look like.
Right.
One of those. You gotta love them.
There was a movie, I think it's called Even Cowgirls Get the Blues, I think is what it's called. I can't remember who the actress is now, but part of the movie, she's got these extra long thumbs. And so they made those self-contained things that were just human because it was just, she had to have these extra long, like, fingers for thumbs. And yeah, I remember the effects guys saying that, yeah, one of the big concerns they had was that it was on such a mobile area, everything had to glue on. And then, if you think about it, she has to go to the bathroom wearing these things. So they have to be delicate enough that she can actually manipulate. Because she's going to be wearing them all day.
Well, if ladies can have nails to here,
right.
I think she's fine.
And she's probably fine. But it was just kind of really funny to read.
Yeah,
that was the interview in
problems.
Cinefex magazine. It's like, yeah, that's a realistic
Practical
thought.
issues, things you have to get around.
Right, it happens. It was, which one? That weird J-Lo movie or Lopez movie, the Dream one. Oh man, what was that called? It was, directed by the guy that directed the Depeche Mode videos. I can't remember what the movie's called, but there was a thing with a person who was all tied up that basically had a non-medical catheter because he had to be suspended in this thing for hours in order to get all the makeup on and get it all put together. So they put together basically an elaborate cup with a drain.
And
so he wasn't stuck.
As a
Right.
costumer, I thought I was heartless. Oh no, you could just...
Yeah, could you imagine the PA that's like helping this guy feed? It's like, it's time for lunch, open wide, here comes the airplane.
Straws are a must.
Straws are a must.
Straws are a must.
God, what was that movie called? It's so red.
I have no idea.
It's The Cell. I think it's called The Cell.
I love that one Tyler Perry movie where they're like, let's use people as decoration and hang them from the ceiling. I wonder how long they were hanging out there for,
Wow. May I have a pair of scissors, please?
What kind? Big, little?
Kind that cut.
Well, then not those ones. You might want these ones.
Okay.
Not all scissors cut.
Right. Some are decorative. Yeah, those definitely cut. The last one chewed and it's all frayed.
Well, it's afraid not.
There it is.
Okay. Almost. I need to get more fabric.
Almost there. Yep, you need more fabric. I'm waiting for super glue to dry and not on the vinyl because I want it to glue somewhere where it's going to stick.
I kind of clean up my mess so I have a space to cut out fabric.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Pars. Pars is saying, hey, Odin Makes, your streams are the highlight of my Mondays. Well, thank you. Or, I'm sorry, your Mondays suck so much. No, thank you. You're being nice, and that's very cool.
Crafting Mondays. I think it's an enjoyable thing.
It is.
Oh, wait, I didn't get these from
I
here.
don't know if D-Rock is answering somebody else. Good 3D scanner software like Fordham. I would love to know a good 3D scanner software setup that didn't require thousands. Yeah, that would be nice. Pumpkinhead makes me think of the Alien Resurrection Newborn. That's what D-Rock says. Well, the same guys made it. And yeah, they look a lot alike. I actually kind of hate the Alien Baby Newborn because it doesn't belong in an Alien movie. Just as it is, sure, it's a great suit. It's a great monster. He's fine, but that was an ending that didn't work for me. That was a, what the hell are you guys doing the whole time I'm watching it? Brian Zappo's being very supportive of the shorts. Thank you for that. That's cool. You'll get there. T. Lee Zolzon. Hey, Odin, have you done any weapons from League of Legends, Dota 2, or HOTS, which I don't know the acronym for that one. But anyway, yes, I've done a League of Legends props on DIY Prop Shop. I did Zig's Bomb, actually. So, and I just recently found my backup for that.
Backup?
Backup. My backup. It's covered in sawdust and dust because, you know, that's my shop.
Yeah, no, that is the entire shop.
Should have done that on camera. No, I shouldn't have. You don't like the dust.
No, it'll make me sneeze for the rest of the episode.
Right. This is the whole white things on camera. I'm letting you finish. But what I've got is the secondary Zig's Bomb prop that I had made. What this is it's a classic, you know, cannonball fuse out of the top bomb. There's a character named Ziggs. He's a short creature of some sort that throws these explosives about. And so it's got a skull on it, and it's supposed to be maroon, and the top is metal, and it's got a cannonball wick that comes off of it. In order to shoot the DIY Prop Shop video in one day, I did one a couple days before to let the spackle dry, and then I did this one on camera. And then when this part got done, you set the wet spackle aside.
And you pull the done one out of the oven.
Yep.
What we don't do here.
What we don't do here. That was just so I could get it shot in one day because we're shooting it in the back room of Smosh, and I only had one day to get it all done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I like the whole magic of...
Right. So I've still got this. The actual one I actually just sent off to the person who suggested it to me. So she's got the finished one from the episode. And I just found that again. It's like, wow.
Want to, you could.
Yeah, I could finish repainting this one.
You could.
I could.
Theoretically.
It's 4 years old now and hasn't been painted.
Yeah, it's nice and dusty.
Yeah, it's just a styrofoam ball with craft foam. This is format foam.
So what's it encompassed in?
It's just a solid styrofoam ball.
No. What's it encompassed in?
Oh, encompassed in. It's spackle.
Yeah,
it's just mud. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw it back here.
Yeah, it's probably nice not to. It'll just dent. It'll bounce
at this
too,
point.
but it'll dent. So that's my one League of Legends prop that I've done so far. David Ocean. I always do this every time. Ocean, Alaska. How about making the Ultron headpiece from Age of Ultron? Yet another thing I have looked at but haven't made. Eventually. Hello again from Henderson, Nevada, the city with no trailer courts. I know Henderson. I've been there many times. Stubby McGee likes, I assume, my shirt. Your shirt's very nice too. But
oh, thank you. Yeah.
But
mine doesn't say pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
So there's the disco version of the Star Wars theme from the 70s. It's got pew pew. It's definitely part of the. It's got the really cheesy, like, you know, ray gun sound effects in it. That's what I hear in my head when I look at pew pew.
Pew pew.
Janice is asking a great question.
What's she asking?
Janice is asking if I've ever made any props from Big Trouble in Little China. Specifically, where is it? There it is. Have I ever made any props from Big Trouble in Little China? Wow, from memory, I pretty much said it word for word. I specifically haven't. I actually love Big Trouble in Little China. I would cite that as one of my favorite films. It's just screwball. I love that movie. What I have, though, is I've got an old airsoft gun that's Jack Burton's gun. This is pretty much the gun that Jack Burton has. You know, that who I think Thunder grabs it and punches it and it turns into glitter. And there's someone local who's got a pretty good Jack Burton cosplay. We're supposed to get together so he can take a picture with it. But this is the old spring.
There's like a cloud.
I'm sorry. This is the old spring-loaded airsoft gun. That's all it does. And you can actually put plastic shells into the clip that have individual BBs stuffed into the shells. So, or bullets, if you will.
Fancy.
So you do that, and then you fire it, and then when you fire it again, the spent shell will eject out. But but then you have to go and pick up all these little crazy little. It's
So
just
is this even
80s.
legal in California anymore? Because this,
Yep.
I can see so many technical.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
They don't make them like this at all.
For a reason.
For a reason.
Because
Yes.
this looks.
Yeah, this would not be allowed in any con, and this is not something you take on the street.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's my closest thing I've got to a Big Trouble in Little China prop. That and the T-shirt, which isn't a prop. So I got the T-shirt
No
from
one's
Pork
on
Chop
camera.
Express. No one's on camera. Welcome to the empty set. No one's there. No one's there. No one's there. No one's there.
Oh, I'm here.
Thank you.
For all that dust.
For all
It
that
just
dust.
really.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I find that I am allergic to it.
Are you going to have to wear a mask at the shop now just because of the dust?
I hope not. That would not be fun.
That would not be fun.
Yeah. Darn indoor allergies. It's okay. Just
Right. I have to clean up the place. My girlfriend's got to sneeze. Not actually my girlfriend, it's just something to say. How about making the Vision headpiece? That'd be pretty cool.
right. Wanda's headpiece.
Wanda's headpiece, which looked great this last
Didn't it?
episode. Oh, that was
That's
yeah.
totally foam, and you have to do a nice coating.
Right. I imagine for the show that's 3D printed, but yeah, that's
Really?
totally.
I don't think it's 3D printed. Why would it? Like,
I don't know. It may not
what
be,
kind of
but
material would you 3D print it out of? Like, foam would be much,
well, you 3D print of anything, but then you're just doing a lot of finish work on it.
but it'd be way more comfortable to have.
Yeah, it would. But she had some sort of, there was quasi-profile shots. So you could see there was
Yeah.
something behind it.
Honestly, I feel like that was where the elastic pulled under her hair.
Okay.
Because I was looking at that going, there's some shaping going on, but then I realized that shaping is also from natural pulling.
Yeah.
So,
Just pulled against her head. No, I'm not going to pick you up.
right? Jeez, is he bossy. Well,
See, there he is.
right there. Just right here.
Just right there.
Yes.
No, not quite.
How'd you get out of your jammies? There you go. Toby probably helped.
But
Bruno, all done.
yeah, well, he's interested in our faces and doesn't even know where the cameras exist.
Right?
Okay, D-Rock Payne says Alien Newborn was the worst, but Neomorph gives it a run for its money. Oh, okay. My opinions are on the. Your opinions are on the nose, sir. Oh, thank you.
I cannot do this with you up here. I love you. Bye.
I'll have to. I haven't seen. That was Covenant, right? The most recent Alien film was Alien, and so I don't think I've seen the Neomorph. I wanted to, and I was going to go see it with my younger son. It just never happened, and so I've just kind of never seen it for that reason. There we go. We should make a super dog costumes for the dogs. So we totally should make super dog or
Underdog?
or underdog for Bruno. Yeah, I was thinking
Underdog.
underdog. I totally watched Underdog as a kid all the time.
What is in that box? You just want the box? Can I give him this box?
I guess. Oh, that bug? Well,
No, it's okay. Put it out of his reach because he's
Right.
trying to get. No, you can't.
I don't know what was in it, but that's.
He is a.
Sorry, there's like silly boxes that fold up and actually keep their shape that I kind of want to store stuff in, right?
Right? That's a nice box.
And that's a box I can't get more of. It's just like that anyway. And I've got a dozen or more of them. So it's one of those, put a bunch of them together. Dog butt. Seal dog. How do I make a prop jawline to make me look like Henry Saville? Or Cavill. How do you pronounce his last name? That's going to be a head
You
cast.
gotta blend your seams.
You got to blend your seams. That was
Well, because
it.
I'm imagining a bald cap.
Effectively.
You know?
Right.
Because that's, you have to seam
Yeah, it's
it.
going to be this appliance. You're going to have to seam it. You're right.
And you probably could hide the seaming in stubble.
Yes. You have to apply the stubble afterwards. You would, yeah.
Yeah, to
You couldn't
help,
have-
like, after it's done.
Mhm.
But a lot of time and patience in letting things dry. It takes about 5 hours for a bald cap.
Yes.
Easily.
And even then, I think you probably spend a couple of days making the appliance beforehand. You know, doing the casting and
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible, no.
No.
And if the only thing you're missing is the jawline, that'd be great. They're playing tug-of-war with a piece of plastic.
Kobe's favorite toys are water bottles.
And welcome to the late night stream with Odin, Felicia, and Dog Butt. Thank you very much, Anya. What's in the box? Another one of my favorite movies. What's being shamed here, D-Rock? Here I am just reading it. That Dr. 667 says, Odin, you should make a mask of your face and see if you can sell it on eBay.
Well, you have a bust of yourself.
I've got a bust. I've got a... I don't know if I can go grab it really quick, but I've got a silicone of my mask off the same bust.
I feel like if you ever end up doing the Halloween mask, that you should do a rubber of your face.
Of me? Oh, that'd be interesting.
Of your face, and then painting it like the Halloween mask.
Well, that appeals to my ego. Okay.
You know, because I feel like you could just buy a William Shatner mask.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But
and that was... I enjoy making things, and I enjoy making costumes, and I'm always want to make sure that I say that. But when it comes to Michael Myers' mask, that is so mass-produced and easy to get for so much less than it would cost for me to make it. And it's only supposed to look like a mass-produced mask. I personally don't see the need to make one.
The value.
Yeah, the value.
Yeah.
Connor Cook, what are your thoughts on the original Spider-Man, Toby Maguire? He wants to specify, not the TV movie from the 70s.
It makes a difference.
Yes, it does. And what's my opinion of the movie? I assume mine and not everyone in the chat. And has the Green Goblin helmet been on my radar to make? Okay. Yes, the Green Goblin helmet has been on my list. I think it still is, maybe? It hasn't been under the possibles instead of the, pay attention to these, right? Because there's like variable values of this spreadsheet list. I actually really like the Tobey Maguire movie. I totally enjoyed Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 3's only problem was too many villains. You could have dropped any one of the storylines, much like the later Batman films, and it would have been fine. But they just tried to put too much into one movie. I have major reservations. I'm going to branch here a little bit over this the Snyder Cut and over Justice League. Same problem. They're trying to do too many comic book storylines in one movie. It has the benefit of being 6 hours long, or however long it is, 4 hours, 5 hours. That might work, because that's got enough screen time. That could actually work. But for a regular theatrical film that's 2.5 hours long, Spider-Man 3 still had too much in it. So,
Miles Morales is my favorite into the multiverse, is by far my favorite Spider-Man so far.
What am I trying to see here? People like the Predalien? Yeah, the Predalien is okay. That doesn't bother me. The Alien, David Fincher's Alien 3, right? The four-legged, come from a Rottweiler alien. That didn't bother me. Even Giger's concept, kind of an alien that has valves in it, like a saxophone that would make different noises as it ran. That might have worked. I'm okay that they didn't make it. I don't think we missed out on anything. That may have been a little too weird, but the four-legged alien worked great. It was just the newborn, the whole, here's an insect race where everything comes out of an egg, and now all of a sudden we have a queen who is the exact same alien queen, who now, instead of having the egg-laying section of her body, whatever that portion of the abdomen's called, suddenly has an external womb, and she's in the birthing position that doctors force women to get into because it's convenient for the doctors to give birth to this newborn alien. The whole thing bugged the crap out of me. I hated that part of the movie. It's like, this movie's great. This movie just went in the toilet.
Alien live birth just not working for you?
No, well, just the whole... Not when it's supposed to be an egg that has the face hugger that puts the thing in the chest.
Is it an egg or is it live birth?
Right. It was just
Sharks can do both.
Yeah, there's critters that can do both, but it was just there's this long scene of the alien queen on her back, writhing in pain as she's giving birth to this thing. It's like, what? Where did this come from? Sure, okay, she was a clone, fine, but oh man, do we have to?
Can we pretend that didn't happen?
Yeah, can we pretend that didn't happen? Kind of like Hellraiser 3, the last Hellraiser movie to be in the theaters. Hellraiser 3 was fun and good up until Act 3. When all of a sudden they fired everybody who actually worked on the film and just let the effects guys finish it. It was just blood and bad foam and dumb ideas. Oh, man. But it was great to start with. It had so much promise.
Blood and foam and bad ideas.
Oh, man. Oh, toilet. Yes, it is 2:05, so it's officially time to go. Hey, thank you everyone for joining our live stream. Welcome to the first of final farewells. But I know that you kind of have a heart out, don't you?
No, I don't.
You don't today?
No.
Oh, right.
I do not. But
Okay.
this went a lot faster this time.
So it did.
I didn't. Oh,
sorry.
I didn't sew this seam at all to try and make it any complicated.
Okay.
Because it's not necessary. I'm just going to finish this edge.
Okay. Oh.
And then also with it fitting underneath there, the vinyl wasn't getting stuck. And this
Nice.
is much thinner than all the other layers. So
Right.
yeah, it's once we got this edge on, then we have, at some points, we have 1, 2,
Right.
3, 4, 5, 6.
7, 8.
So then in certain seams,
You're pushing the needle through a 1/4 inch of material of multiple layers. Yeah.
yeah, that's why you got to take it slow. But I think this one's going to go a lot faster because it was a whole lot easier just having it slide through.
Sweet.
So, yay!
Yay, buying stuff.
Yeah, I like the tape.
I like the tape. So we're still going to stick around for a few more minutes, maybe give you a chance to finish this.
Yeah, I'll do the strip and then we can call it in. Unless for some reason it takes as long as the last one, and then I'm just going to
Right, that's fine.
chuck it in a bucket and pretend it doesn't exist for a week.
That sounds like a great idea. So it's just kind of the welcome to the very beginning of overtime. We're now in the encore. They're coming back out on stage and doing final bows. That portion of the show. And Toby's well aware what time it is. He's next to the door, ready to go out again.
Right? Jeez, these guys know my schedule better than I do.
Dan Does Junk says, Felicia, how did you turn that inside out so much faster and easier? Planning ahead. Learning from the first one?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, look, this is the right size, so I don't have to add a seam in there.
Right, no, it's different than the other one, but...
Yes, you're right, dang! Okay, never mind.
It's close, though. It's close to the same value.
Yeah, but this is the front, and the whole reason I'm doing this piece is so that it matches the pauldrons.
Okay. Dr. 667, still watching. Oh! Jack of all trades says, hey, check the Discord. For the first time. Says one last time, but for the first time.
9 minutes past the time we should be signed off. We haven't checked it once.
By the way, I got a Discord. That's a specialized private chat just to be for all my Patreon members. And then I ignore it because, I'm a jerk. Next Monday's live stream. Lord Khan is sharing his weather of 9 degrees in London. Wow. Where did I get the shirt from Lord Khan? Teespring? I don't quite remember.
You saw it, you want it.
Grumar says saw him on Amazon. There you go. Darren Calvin made it. Do the assorted med packs from Apex Legends, which looks like a repainted Pelican case. Cool.
Did I drop that? Yes, I did. It's here.
Will P06 says his cat Loki wants to be like Bruno. There's a picture of the cat sitting on the cut thing. I don't have the computer set up today, so I can't share the picture with you guys. Sorry.
Yes. It makes me feel loved, but at the same time...
Right? They only want to be right here. Which I'm glad that the dogs and cats, they all recognize what a face is and zero in on the face, and that's great. But yeah, could you get out of my face, please? Oh, this is why Nicole wants me to check the Discord. What's your favorite food-related question? So Odin, another food-related question. Favorite cuisine, like Mexican, Indian, etc.? Huh.
Why pick one?
Effectively. I don't know if I have a specific cuisine I go for. I find that I eat a lot of burrito-like things. I like burritos. I make, at this point when I make sandwiches, I'm doing a tortilla and roll it up like a burrito because I like the non-yeast bread.
I like non-bread too.
Yeah, naan is great. I love Indian food. I like Mexican food. I like spicy food.
I love living in Sacramento where we have access to authentic, all sorts of foods.
Yes.
Like good, authentic.
Right.
Although no poutine. Anyway.
No poutine.
No, but you want authentic, non-made by hand.
Right,
There's
you can
this
get
deli
it.
down the street from my house that has it amazing. You want tortas.
It's all
You
sorts of
want
amazing
pho.
Mexican food.
Pho on down
Pho,
is
oh,
called
yeah.
crack pho because you want it the next day. Anyways.
Oh, right. Now, which was this pho and what?
Pho on down.
Pho, where are they at?
They're a hole in the wall. They're right next to Pho King.
Okay. Of course.
But, you know,
Because there's Pho 123 up in Citrus Heights that they go to often, but...
I live in Little Saigon,
Oh, okay.
so there's a lot.
There's a lot of pho.
But that one is particularly, like, my favorite. Like,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So, but, yes, we
Cool.
have so much access.
So much good food. Yeah, so I don't really have a specific, this is the type of food I want. I think of these are the items that I want. The one thing I did notice, I got a chance to go to Crete for a month, a number of years ago now. Chinese food, especially out in California and America, okay, it's good, but it is Americanized Chinese food, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I got to go to Crete, everyone decided, hey, let's go to the Chinese restaurant. Oh, that sounds great. And nothing was what I was accustomed to getting here, and it was good. And I don't know if it was more authentic or what, but that was a fun experience, and it was good food, and Ants on a Leaf was good, yeah.
I'm thinking Michael Scott's The Ants on a Log.
Oh, okay.
The celery with peanut butter.
Right. Okay. Very similar. It was a leaf of some sort. It was celery. It wasn't celery. It was wasn't kale. But anyway, then it had the sauce, and I think it was raisins were the ants.
Yeah, raisins
I
are
think.
the ants. Yeah.
And that was good.
Oh, did we swear?
No, we're just talking about a place that makes pho, that they're the king of pho.
Oh, yeah.
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 It's like the king of sofas.
Right. It's like being the king of sofas. And it's like when the king is tired of the sofa. Yeah. So Dan Does Junk says there's a place in Vegas that's called Pho Kim Long. I'm sure there's a way of pronouncing it slightly more. What do you want to call it? Like that. Humorously. Jorts, is Willy's Wonderland out? I've seen trailers for Willy's Wonderland. No, I haven't seen it. Is it out? Has it been released? It's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, but with Nicolas Cage kicking their ass. So, if you're familiar with Five Nights at Freddy's, the game.
Well, we've done it a few times at Smosh.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, Nicolas Cage is in it, and yeah. I want to see that movie. I think it's probably going to be, should have been made by Trash Film Orgy, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun and bad. I think it's going to be a lot of bad fun.
You're hoping, right?
I'm hoping. Yeah, not like Newborn Alien bad, but like, good bad. Quality bad. Dim sum would be great. Hooray, we're talking about food.
It's that time.
Logan Kraft says, hi!
Well, hi, Logan.
Good night, Anya. It is late for you. Thanks for sticking around on this side of the planet and all. D-Rock Payne will add to the post the names of the group zero budget movies I mentioned in the chat. Wow, sure. You actually want me to type on screen? Ah.
I know.
So those are the three that I talked about, which was Badass Monster Killer, because I couldn't remember the other names. A Badass Monster Killer is just...
And then also sometimes when you work on these weird movies, they have a different name when they actually come out.
Right. Well, I know Badass is, at least that is what it's called, because I've seen the Blu-ray they made for it. And yeah, they actually have Blu-rays you can purchase for the movies. Trash Film Orgy goes all out. It's great. Not that, like, that's hard, but I mean, they actually had them produced. They're not printing them at home, putting them together. They're actually produced.
Yay for quality.
Blu-ray. Yeah, yay for quality.
Thank you for the efforts.
Right. I'm cool either way, Sean. If there's marshmallows in my hot cocoa or not. And it's been a while since I had hot cocoa, but I do like putting the instant hot cocoa in with my coffee on occasion. George is agreeing that something's bad, saying the overall pacing and cut of the movie, I assume, is bad, but the idea is great. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Making a rocket raccoon headpiece from Guardians of this Galaxy. That'd be pretty cool.
Raccoons are my favorite type of animal.
We could make a rocket raccoon that fit you or Joe. That'd be fine.
I'd be Rocket. I'd be down.
That's cool. You are welcome, D-Rock. D-Rock Payne. And hello to the D-Pebbles. D-Rock's got kids. We never talked about age, so I just call them D-Pebbles in chat. Jeff 3D Models, hello. It's nice to see you too. He's saying hello to both of us.
Well, hello.
And Nightwolf 20 with one of the most requested props going back to DIY Prop Shop. I should make the Omnimatrix from Ben 10. Or
not?
Is it Matrix or is it Omnitrix? I always say Matrix. I have not made the Omnitrix.
You have not.
The few times I've looked at it, okay, DIY Prop Shop kept saying no, so there's that.
But now you're the boss, so.
No, I'm the boss, so I can. It's hard for me not to see a wristwatch with swatch bands over it.
Well, then make a wristwatch with swatch bands over it.
Fair enough.
Saying.
Well, I know Starry has asked for the Omni from there's an old late 70s, early 80s show called Voyagers, where they would go through time to fix things. They had a guy and the kid. It was live action. This is even before Quantum Leap, and they had this fairly steampunky Omni, which was a brass device that opened up and it had kind of a globe inside of it, and that's what they used to time travel with. That was something Starius asked for back during Play TV, so that was a request from 20 years ago.
Wow.
I also haven't done.
So it may take some time.
It could take some time. Nightwolf says, love your videos, by the way. Thank you, Nightwolf.
Oh my gosh, just reducing that friction makes such a big difference as I get stuck on the seam allowance.
Okay.
But still,
Oh, that's the seam allowance.
where it's the 9 layers.
Connor has an idea for how we can start next week's live stream, maybe. But it's going to send it on Insta so we don't spoil it. Yeah, you can send it to me on that. I'd be happy to see what your idea is. Oh, still talking about Willy's Wonderland. Ah, right. The one that had bad pacing, but it was kind of fun. Yeah.
I am almost out of
George,
bottles.
yeah, I'd love to see. You talk about sending a link on Instagram. Please do. Let me know what's going on. You're almost out of bobbin?
Yeah, I'm almost out of bobbin.
Oh, damn it.
Do you have another bobbin? Pre-threaded? If not, it's okay.
There was a black one over here.
I didn't even look. Perfect, thank you.
Oh, Hollow Knight coiled nail. Vlad G is making a Hollow Knight coiled nail and filled it with spray foam. And by the way, I'm making a shrink dink.
Shrink-a-dink.
Well, it's not Shrinky Dink. I remember.
Shrinky-dink?
Yeah, I remember Shrinky Dinks as a craft project, but
Yeah.
it's just Shrink Dink, so I don't know if that's specifically something from Hollow Knight.
Okay.
So Hollow Knight made a coiled nail and filled it with spray foam. Is that good or no? So this is just the great stuff spray foam you sprayed inside of something. If that's fine, but what's going to happen is it's going to take a very long time for it to set up and dry. Spray foam out of a can, the reason it doesn't set up under the can is because it's away from oxygen. It has to It has to hit the air in order for it to set up. That's just how it works. So
read packages, people.
I don't know if it's on the package. It's just something that I've found that if you do a big chunk of it, the stuff in the middle takes forever to set up, and the outsides will set up.
Airflow?
So yeah, airflow. So when you're putting it inside of EVA foam or something else that doesn't breathe, it can take a very, very long time for it to set up. It'll happen eventually, but you're looking at weeks. So is it a good idea? It'll be fine. It'll be stiff. It'll work long term. But when we did the body forms, I specifically bought the AB mix for the foam because that's a chemical reaction and it sets up faster, and the whole thing will set up because it doesn't require being exposed to the atmosphere to set up.
That's always such a big project, but I really do like making dress forms.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah. I want to make one with legs now.
Make one of those, yes.
Yes.
Odin wears jeans. I typically do.
What?
T. Zolzan is asking, who's going to wear the cosplay when it's done? You or Felicia? Neither one of us. Theoretically, either one of us could. This is being done in such a way that it can probably be loosened up to fit me. There might be gaps.
This dust is killing me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just... Sorry, people. The dust.
I'm sorry.
But this is not my size. It is
not
too
your
big
size.
for me because,
Right.
I'm in
Right.
the clamshell. But yes, it's about your size. It's a men's size large.
Men's size large.
It's
so
a men's size
it
large
could fit
to
me, but it's going to have
5X.
gaps. Yeah.
Actually, I think it could go pretty high up.
Wow, that big?
Yeah, well, because you think about it, you can add about 4 to 5 inches on either side
Okay.
of just...
You can try putting it on me, sure.
Yeah, when we have it laced up.
Yeah, when we're actually at that point.
When we're actually at that point, yes.
Yes.
It should be able, theoretically, to fit you without any problems or awkwardness.
Okay. But no, it wasn't made specifically for either one of us. We were
No,
just making it to fit
it's
the
Geralt
body form,
size.
Kevin. It's Geralt size, yeah.
It's Geralt size.
Geralt size. I can't
Well, a
pronounce
little
it.
smaller than him, but yeah.
Connor Cook says, bless you, Felicia.
Thank you.
What are we doing? Pew, pew, pew. Streaming for free. Arr. Oh, I see. It's on its way. Streaming for free. Arr. All right. Well, thank you, Jorts. I get to see Willy's Wonderland with bad pacing possibly streaming for free. You know, because it's always fun to say something like that on public live stream. And Detlef P., who is a new Patreon, thank you very much, says Gesundheit, Felicia.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
I'm not going to do the double row of stitching, but I am going to get through this row of stitching.
Okay, good.
I'll do the second row next week when I'm not
Sure.
feeling it.
So welcome to our 2.5 hour long live stream today, but we're actually getting things accomplished, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, like we have that belt, the little 3-piece belt,
Yeah.
the back of our other belts,
And we got some...
the grommets,
The grommets.
and some Velcro on the pauldrons.
Wow.
It's
So end of March?
like it's just a bunch of little things, but each of those little things ends up being one episode.
Pretty much. Get a 3D print of wolf head.
Yes.
They are all well aware that it's time to go.
I don't know how.
Dogs are really good at telling time.
The crazy thing is they don't go to the bathroom this much at home.
Of course not.
No.
Or do you just not pay attention?
No, they have their schedule, they know it.
Okay. Well,
You know,
yeah.
like they are ready.
They're ready, yeah.
We're getting there though.
Groot Grunson is asking, hey Odin and Felicia, may I ask you, Odin, have you ever considered making a TMNT Shredder helmet, the cartoon version?
Ooh.
I have considered making a Shredder helmet. I think I was specifically thinking of the Henson version, but I've thought about it. And I've actually met a really good-looking Shredder cosplayer here in Sacramento who got super excited when he realized he was talking to me because apparently him making the costume was because of watching my videos, which, you know, that just... Thank you.
Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy.
Oh, it makes me feel all sorts of warm and fuzzy and awesome. That my videos, none of which were ever anything to do with Shredder, and this guy did a full cosplay because of instructions he took, which is, yeah.
Honestly, have a lot of good information in your
do.
your videos, because even if I'm not making that specific prop, watching you deal with the glue drying issues or the painting issues or the sticking issues or that cool trick where you have the paper between the layers of glue and Right?
Thank you.
So I feel like you tackle a lot of the issues of crafting. So even if I'm not making the same project as you,
Right.
I feel like there's still value.
Thank you.
Not saying it.
Yeah, no, I get it. That there's more value to the videos other than just making another Thor hammer. Yeah. Very cool. Well, thank you.
Wow, are they being vocal or what?
Jeff 3D models, resin. I'm thinking of 3D printing the wolf head out of resin.
Yeah, because resin is much prettier of a 3D print.
Right, and when it's done, we can just paint it and we're done. But it doesn't require
Special steps.
Because the layer lines from PLA printing really bother me because I'm a model maker.
Right.
And I'm used to doing 40K stuff and plastic injection models. So when I look at it and I see the stratus lines, or what we want to call it, stratus maybe not the right thing, but the layer lines, it just bugs the snot out of me. And it was really kind of fun. Star Trek Discovery, you're on Saru's home planet, and they've got some really nice alien pottery that's in the kitchen, and it's backlit. And you can see the layer lines because it's transparent, and it's like, wow, I can see. All right, well, that's cool.
You losing that magic?
Hey, look, this alien that's low-tech alien that does fishing has got 3D printers. Thank you, William. He agrees with you that learned a lot from the videos. And George says, by the way, it's not George on Insta. Well, I'll look for the comments to make sure. And is happy to supply links for a legal version for watching the movie. That's great. Both are good. Zachariah Gidney, what advice would I give to a newbie making a foam Boba Fett helmet? Find a pattern you know is going to work. Punished Props has got a great one. And it's, I know it's got a lot of extra parts, and the way they make the dome isn't the way I would make a dome. But hey, that's the whole point, is there's lots of different ways to make something.
And it's a pattern that's completed that fits together.
And it's a pattern that's completed and fits together and has a tutorial video, and I think the pattern's free.
You
and
can
if it's
play
not,
along.
it's cheap. So you can play along. So yeah, advice for a newbie, your knives will get duller than you think. And the rough, nasty edges you get is because of your dull knife. And that's something that takes a while to learn.
Sharp knives are...
Sharp knives are amazing.
And you can take it slow and make that cut multiple times.
You can.
Gently, as opposed to forcing it all in the first
all
cut.
at once. Right.
Which is something I might be a little guilty of.
I'm guilty of it too, because I'll get a sharp knife and I'll heavy hand cut it at once, because I don't want the... When you do your second cut, it's not going to fall in exactly the same spot, and you'll see little lines from each cut happen. But that's still nothing compared to the tearing and curling that a dull blade's going to do. So you definitely want to have a sharp knife, a flat surface to work on, and be mindful of where your fingers are. But you can make the entire Boba Fett helmet with a straight edge knife and contact cement, and you don't really need anything else super special to get that done. From memory, I think a Dremel would be nice, but it's not like you need the big crazy power tools that I usually use, because I happen to like big crazy power tools. Yeah, but you got it done.
Yay!
We got the front panel, the back panel done in one stream, one extra long stream, but one stream.
Right?
Yeah, with a positionable necklace.
Isn't this thing fun?
Yeah, it is.
I love this thing.
You've worn it before. It's very cool.
Have I?
Yeah.
No, I haven't, because it makes me smell like pennies, but I've played with it before. You've seen it before.
I've seen it before. If you haven't worn it in the stream, maybe not, but you've worn it in the shop before.
Yes, I have worn this thing. This thing's great.
So definitely want to thank all of you guys for hanging out and spending your afternoon, evening time with us. You actually got a lot done. I had a lot of fun talking to you with the comments. Hopefully you got we both crafted, but you certainly got a lot more done.
Oh, I fought with that sewing machine, but now it's much better with the...
Oh, good. Well, I've got that, and you are welcome to replenish it as you need.
And I still think buying a roll of that is cheaper than buying a titanium foot at this point.
Really?
I don't know.
Might be.
I don't know.
Okay.
Luxuries, little luxuries.
Little luxuries. So I'm going to be watching some bad movies, going to be working on my Mechagodzilla arms, and next week at the same time, noon, California time, the two of us, possibly with Toby and Bruno, are going to be right back here, live streaming to you again for 2+ hours, and I'm looking forward to it.
Right?
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So I'm Odin Makes on Instagram. If anyone wants to send out a comment there. We have Ish87 also on Instagram. If you want to get a hold of Felicia at all, there's an underscore between the EESH underscore 87. Go Baby Tomez is, right?
Toe baby.
Toe Baby Gomez is Toby's Instagram, but it's really hard for him to respond. His paws don't type in the phone very well. But we'd all love to hear from you, and thank you very much for spending your time with us. I will be checking my Discord and saying hello to my patrons again here in just a little bit. But thank you guys very much, and we'll see you again next week. And remember, there's lots of different ways you can be live streaming with a dog butt. But this is how Odin live streams.